Hello, guys, and I hope all of you are doing well. So I have a small problem with my webcam, but at least I wanted to at least do this live stream because I believe that we really need to talk about the game. I know the game has not gone the way we actually wanted it to go. I'm trying to get my camera actually working. But what should we actually say about this game? What should we actually say about this game? This game is a perfect illustration of what Chelsea Football Club is, which is at the moment we are a club who did not build from the Club World Cup victory. We did not build from that. We did not take that as a statement to actually go into the transfer window and actually do something. Chelsea Football Club, we are finding ourselves in a situation where we don't even actually know what we have. We don't have defenders. It is 2025. This is the season where we are supposed to actually close the gap with Liverpool, close the gap with Manchester City, close the gap with Alisson. And our two starting defenders are Trevor Chalobah, Jorel Hato. And then when Chalobah gets sent off, we are bringing on an academy player called Josh Archimpong to actually start in that defense. Now, whatever you have to say, and I like the way people are saying that a lot of people are trying to push this narrative that it's Enzo Maresca. Like, what can Maresca actually do? What can Maresca actually do today? There's nothing that Maresca can do. You see, in football, we have what we call great players. In football, we have what we call great players and good players. Chelsea has good players. Chelsea does not have great players. I know we were very good in the first half, extremely dominant, won the ball back, played well, scored a goal, and I think we should have actually had a second goal in that first half. But what happens in the second half? A small lapse in concentration. We lose the ball. We lose everything. We lose our heads. And all of a sudden, we just go on to concede. Look at the equalizer that Welbeck scored. I knew Welbeck would score. I actually said it in our group that Welbeck is coming in to score. What did I know? Achimpong is unable to actually defend a set piece. And I will not come here and blame Josh Achimpong. I will not blame Achimpong because he is a young player. I don't like blaming young players. He shouldn't be at this position. We shouldn't have Josh Achimpong in this position. So if Josh Achimpong should not be in this position, who is to blame? Who is to blame? The manager turns to the board and tells them that, listen here, I can actually take this team forward, but I've lost one of my key center backs. Please give me a center back. That was what the manager says. The manager says, give me a center back. But no, we don't want a center back. No, we don't want a center back. We want to go and buy Garnacho. We want to go and buy Gittens. We have spent 90 million euros. We've spent 90 million euros on signing two left wingers that we cannot actually play. We cannot start Gittens in a Premier League game. We cannot start Garnacho in a Premier League game. Why spend all that money? And we should have gotten Hincape. We should have gotten McGuehi. We were the ones who needed to go and outbid Liverpool for McGuehi. What did we do? We are now looking at a situation where one of our worst defenders is actually probably going to be the best defender that we have to play. Imagine we are in 2025 and we have to rely on players such as Benoit Badiashile to be our starting center back. Are we really serious? There is everything Maresca should do. The narrative should be about the players. Yes, Santos made 100% howler. But what the heck is the governor doing making those changes? You cannot blame Maresca on the changes he made. Let me talk to you here, Akar, and just say this. Your center back has been sent off. What do you expect Maresca to do? Of course, Maresca needs to sign to put in a centre back. If a forward actually made that error, he never needed to actually made a signing. But here you have a situation where your attacker has been taken off. Your defender has been taken off. What do you need? You need to bring in a defender. So you decide, I'm going to bring in Trevor Chalobah in. I'm going to bring in Joshua Chimpong in the game. So who do you actually have to take out? He had to take out Estevao. He either needed to take out João Pedro or Neto or Estevao, and he chose to take out who? In fact, he didn't take out Estevao, he took out Santos. So he took out Santos because Santos made the error. Then he left the attackers. And we were playing quite well. But now we don't have defenders. And this is what the opposition teams have realized, that Chelsea's Achilles heel is centre-backs. Look at how we've lost all games. All games have been through set pieces and balls in the air. Our ball winning ability in the air it's the worst in the league. We have the worst aerial success rate in the league. We have the worst aerial success rate in the league. We can't win aerial balls. And the Premier League is all about aerial balls. It's all about aerial balls. And if your team is playing for aerial balls, you need centre backs. So I will not come here and blame the manager. I know a lot of people are like, let's blame Maresca. Maresca is a poor coach. Maresca has done this. Maresca has done that. Even if Maresca is sacked today, and you bring in whoever you want. I hear some people are pushing for Ariola. Some people are pushing for whoever they are pushing for. Even if you get the manager that you want today, you cannot make Achimpong a world-class centre-back. You cannot make Hato a world-class centre-back. You cannot make Benoit, Disasi, Tosin, Chalobah world-class centre-backs. What do Arsenal have that Chelsea don't have? We have a good attack. Let me tell you something. We have a good attack. We have a good midfield. We have good fullbacks, but we have terrible centre-backs. Chelsea do not have a reliable defender. Most of them won't walk into top teams. They will not even be at the bench into top teams. Hey, brah, abysmal man, but how can we contemplate just how the second game Maresca made foolish changes? You are right. Maresca did not make any foolish change. I'm asking you, what is Maresca supposed to do? The people who are saying Maresca made foolish changes. The last game against Manchester United, we got a red card. What did Maresca do? Maresca decided to take out attackers and bring in defenders. We still conceded. So people said that Maresca do not bring in attackers, do not bring in defenders, leave attackers. Today, when we lost Chalobah, he took out Santos, brought in a defender, retained Estevao, retained Neto. So Maresca is damned if he does, he's damned if he don't. You know, we just need to be honest sometimes. Even you, if you're working and then your manager, your boss decides to give you a faulty laptop and he expects you to generate reports through that faulty laptop, are you actually able to do that? Why bring in Josh when we have red cards? So what is he supposed to do? Flavor boy. You're saying why bring Josh when we have red cards? What is Maresca supposed to do? He's supposed to actually just play Rhys James and Hato and Cucurella in that backline. I'm asking this question. We are already down. So is he not supposed to bring in a defender? What happens when any team loses a defender through a red card? That is what I'm asking. I want to know. If a team has a red card, what do they actually do? I want us to have a conversation, and I will actually look to share the link with you so that we are able to know what is happening. But I've said this is a situation where Maresca is damned if he does, he's damned if we don't. Because you look at a situation here. You have players, you have the manager, you want to actually look something, you want to actually do something, but you cannot do it. The game plan today was perfect. We played well, we scored a goal, we were ahead in the game, and yeah, imagine Manchester United team we could not beat last week and Brighton. I think we are back. No, we are not back in the Frank Lampard days. Please, we need to stop getting so sentimental. I don't know why we are getting so sentimental. We are so used to winning to a point when we lose back-to-back games, all of a sudden it's a crisis. No, we need to ask ourselves, what is the problem at the club? What is the problem at the team? And I know there are people who are pushing this narrative that we just have to blame the manager. I want you in the comment section to just tell me Maresca did this wrong, Maresca did that wrong, Maresca did this wrong. Because if we play and we make a mistake, automatically it's so quick to actually go for the manager. But you cannot blame the manager for Josh failing to actually prevent Welbeck from actually scoring. I just want to go through your comments here. Imagine Manchester United team. Drop the link. Yeah, I'm dropping the link now. Let me drop the link. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say. Let me drop the link here. Mehdi.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, hello.
Hi.
How are you? Let me just give you an opportunity before Christian comes and defends Josh.
Oh my God.
Yes, I've dropped the link, guys. If you are here and you want to actually say something, you can join. How can you bring in Gusto Badiashile when we are already in a crisis? That Gusto had a good counter attack, but the decision was very poor. Mehdi, we are in a situation where if Maresca does anything, he's to be blamed. It doesn't matter the situation that he is. Even if we are 9 players down, he's supposed to be blamed. Even if he's a manager playing in the Premier League, having players like Danny Welbeck, who I know even you knew that he's going to score when he came on.
Yeah.
He's supposed to ensure that Josh Achimpong is so good that he has to win or the aerial duels. What can you actually say about this game?
Disappointing yet again. It's just typical Chelsea. It's like I said in the group, it's just so predictable. The annual loss to Newcastle, the annual loss to Brighton, the annual loss to Man United, and just fighting for top 4. I don't know what to say, to be honest, Tyrone. For that second goal, I think Gusto should also do better. Minte is left-footed. You just show him infield. I don't know why he's showing him down the line. Minte is fast. He can get the better of you. That's poor defending from Gusto. Once Welbeck's in there, no one's picking them out. It's a goal. And the third goal, bro, I don't even know what happened there, to be honest. You just lose 2 aerial duels back-to-back. And it's weird because some of our tallest players are the ones not winning aerial duels, and some of our short players are winning the aerial duels. You have Cucurella winning balls in the air. You have Joao Pedro winning balls in the air. It's hard not to look at the centre backs and go, "What are you doing?" They just seem so poor. They just seem so pathetic. And to be honest, I think Maresca, for all the people saying that he's made poor changes, I think he's doing it on purpose. I think he's doing it to send a statement to the board that look at what you're giving me to work with. And if this is what you're going to do, this is how I'm going to revolt. And who can blame him, to be honest? We had time. We had options. You told the manager to work with what you have. Well, he's showing you what he has.
And also to add what you're saying, before I bring in Christian, because Christian wants to come in and defend his youngster. Before I add in Christian, I want to say this. I just want to say this. I don't think Maresca made the poor decisions today. When we got a man down, like we lost Chalobah, so we needed to get a defender on the pitch. True.
Yeah.
Last game, we said that Maresca ruined the game by getting rid of our attacker. So what did Maresca do this time? He decided to actually leave our attackers on the pitch. So Neto and Estevao were left on the pitch. True.
Yeah, but then he took them out again.
But he took them out later on, in the 80th minute. That's when he took them out. He didn't take them out quite early. And then In my opinion, in that situation, it is in my opinion, in that situation, actually today we played well. In the first half, before Chaloba got the red card, we had played well. We had put up a very good performance today. That is one thing that I have to say. We had played well. Even when we scored the goal, we had played well. But the moment came when Chaloba got a it was a clumsy red card. That is the same mistake we made last week with Sanchez. That was the same mistake. And Maresca even went ahead and said in his press conference that he would rather concede a goal than actually go a man down. That is what the coach said in his press conference. So what is Chaloba doing? What is Chaloba doing? The manager already said it is better we consider goal than you actually allow the team. Then, okay, we get a red card. We are 1-0 up. Now, how did we concede the equalizer? Minte has the ball. Minte crosses the ball. Welbeck heads. But in my opinion, if probably even Chaloba was on the pitch, he heads that away. Yeah, that's just to be honest. Even Tosin heads that ball away.
I think so.
I think so. But I will not come here and blame Josh. I will not blame Josh. I cannot blame Josh because Josh is a young player. What I'm saying is we are in 2026, the third season of the Clear Lake project. I don't even want to talk about Maresca. I don't want to talk about anything. They said we are entering into a project when they sacked Thomas Tuchel. They hired Graham Potter. It didn't work. They brought in Poch, there was progress. They brought in Maresca, there was progress last season. Now we come into this season, what were they supposed to do? Jackson was not firing, so we needed to sign a central striker. Sanchez has his bozo moments. We needed to sign a goalkeeper. And we also needed to sign a quality defender because Disasi and Benoit Badiashile are not good defenders. We agreed on that. Now we are in a situation where we are supposed to rely on two teenagers. Even Hato is a teenager. We are relying on two teenagers. Chelsea Football Club, a club that is supposed to be challenging for the league, is relying upon two teenagers to actually get us qualification. Even Pep, even if you give Pep this team, what is Pep going to do?
Qualification. You were talking about the title when we came into this season, man.
Let Christian have a say. Christian has some wise words.
The word calls commiserations, or whatever the word is called in English. That was a hiding. That was not even a defeat. That was a thrashing. We got badly beaten, humiliated, and there's no ducking, there's no hiding, there's no matter what you do on social media, you cannot run away from that. We got badly bruised. But first of all, I have a question. So this team, what is your expectations? What is their level? Where do you think they were going to finish in the table?
My opinion, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Attackers, when I look at this team, Chelsea reminds me of there was a car that we used to have when we had Katzuma and Andres Christensen as our starting centre-backs under Frank Lampard.
Oh my God.
You have a good attack, you have a good midfield, you have good fullbacks, but we don't have quality centre-backs. I've not said they're bad centre-backs. They are good centre-backs to play at lower level teams, but they are not centre-backs to start for Chelsea. Because of that, we can score 2 goals and concede 3. We can score 1 goal, but we cannot win with 1 goal. So in my opinion, at this rate, waiting all the way to January, I think we're even in a top 6 race, not even a top 4 race, a top 6 race, honestly speaking. Because Crystal Palace defend even way better than us. We are supposed to be the ones who are going after McGuehi. When Liverpool were actually trying to sign him, we should have tried to outbid Liverpool. That's how we were supposed. We did not show ambition. We were saying, let's go to get Gittens. Let's go and get Garnacho. It wasn't a pressing need to sell Noni so that we can go and get Gittens. We needed a centre-back, and everybody knew that we needed to sign a centre-back. But we didn't sign a centre-back. Tosin is out injured. Chaloba has gotten a red card. Now we have to actually play Josh Achimpong and Badiashile against Isak, Salah, and Gakpo next week. Just look at that.
And you're gonna have to dig out. You're gonna have to dig out Disasi from the bomb squad, by the way. But it's true for cover, because if one of those two gets injured, then there's only Disasi left, and then you have to humiliate yourself. Say, please, Disasi, come back. Sorry, we treated you so badly. But so what you're saying is that this is a mid-table team, as I've been trying to tell you from day one, but you didn't want to listen. This is a mid-table team at best. This squad is not as good. That Mickey Mouse badge there, that World Club, whatever, fire, they should get rid of it. That is a curse. Get rid of that badge, get rid of Garnacho. We haven't won a game since Garnacho arrived. He's also another curse. So, but this team is average. And I'm sorry, but I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm always try not to be overexcited. I always try to see things rationally. I always try to see things without my Chelsea red glasses, the pink ones. And you could see it. I could see it straight away from the day one. I know everybody's going on about João Pedro up front, centre forward. But me, that's not how I saw that. This guy is too lightweight. Doesn't offer anything apart from the occasional goal from the set piece. Yes, blah, blah, blah. But we're playing almost like with a passenger. Okay, and those guys, the wingers, as hard as they try, I know we'd always like to throw Gittins underneath a bus and all that. But there's nobody there in the middle. He's not a natural striker. That Delap business there, that has really, really derailed our season, to be honest. And setting or loaning or humiliating or the way we treated Jackson, that's another left a very sour taste in not only in me, but probably a lot of the other players in the squad. That's not the way you treat your best centre forward, and you send him off to somewhere. Then you're halfway through, say, "Hey, come back! Come on, really." What does that say about the club and the manager? And the manager, as far as I'm concerned, he's very, very arrogant. He thinks he's Pep, and he is like my way or the highway, and I will do things which are not normal because I'm so good at this. And yes, we're 10 men down, but no, we'll keep attacking with 4 players. Really, because in his arrogance or whatever, is that no, we can't humiliate ourselves by actually maybe sitting more deep and defending, because he doesn't.
Christian,
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Last game against Manchester United, when we went a man down, Maresca made changes and brought in defenders, and he actually wanted to go to a pragmatic way where Chelsea would sit back, absorb pressure, and probably try hitting Manchester United on a counter-attack. It did not work. And everybody came out and said that Maresca doing that did not actually make the team play well. So this game, Maresca listened to what the fans said, and he never brought in defenders. He actually left Estevao and Neto on the pitch, as the fans asked last game.
But you can't compare. That is a wrong comparison, because that game against Man United, when did Sanchez get sent off? After how many minutes? Was it?
After the first minute. After the first minute.
So come on. So you mean to tell me that you're playing with 10 men from the first minute? Okay, there's no way on earth that you're going to play that with attacking whatever for 90 minutes, basically with 10 men down. But this game,
so we made the right decision last game.
Hang on. In this game, sorry to interrupt you. In this game, it was down to 10 minutes, but it was still 1-1. The game was not lost. So sometimes you've got to take your sort of like half losses. Okay, we'll collect the point. We'll be pragmatic, park the bus, or whatever you want to call it in English, and at least we collect the points. But not like this, where you say, "No, I'm Pep. I'm Pep's understudy. We just attack. We just keep attacking. We're Chelsea. Blah blah blah." Very, very arrogant, and this is the way you got hammered, and they humiliated us here. And I'll be off social media this whole week again. This is now 2 weeks off social media. It's terrible, and it is. I just think the manager, his tactics. Sometimes be humble. You say, okay, things aren't going so well. We adapt. There's no harm. There's no shame in parking the bus or being destructive, doing some dark arts or what have you. Do something, but don't just like blindly play in the same unit. You could have taken off one attacker, played with two at Proton Garnacho and kept on the Estavao, have two very fast players, play the counter-attacking. But it shows that how dependent this team is on Cole Palmer. It's actually quite scary. At the moment, he's not there.
But generally, one thing I have to say is that we played well in the first half. And even your boy Enzo, there's a guy who said here that I actually highlighted his comment. He said that we are playing Enzo as a number 10 and it's not working. But Enzo scored the goal today. So we cannot blame Enzo because Enzo scored. He played in the number 10 and he scored a goal. So he gave something. At the end of the day, it is the numbers that prove. And he played well. I think Enzo played well in the first half. What I'm saying is...
Enzo played well.
In the first half. I'm saying in the first half. Everybody played well in the first half.
Sort of. They weren't that good.
I thought they played well.
Brighton defended very well. We got that lucky. We got that lucky goal there because of that deflection. No, hang on. Let's be honest. The guy who made the cross there? Who was that? That's Reece James made the cross, which was deflected off the guy who was trying to clear it, and he just fell perfectly for Enzo, who just happened to be the right place. Fair enough goal there. But otherwise, apart from that one chance, Chelsea I didn't see much of Chelsea in the first half. Let's be honest. Let's be straight. Let's not lie to each other here. So they were okay. They got away 1-0. And the second half, I don't know what happened there, but it's just they maybe became too cheeky to think, we've got this in the bag. Now it was horrible. It was just, and I've seen this movie again before. It's almost like a repeat movie. And you know that 5 minutes ago, you know that Chelsea is going to concede. It happens every single time. I don't know why, but it is something. The mentality is wrong there. And yes, I will be the first to admit. But Achimpong, it's the manager's fault again, because if you don't play this guy from the beginning, you only once in a while play. You only. If you only once in a while give him a little bone here once in a while to keep him quiet, instead of actually let him play, let him get some experience, let him get some quality time. Well, these are the things that will happen. So the manager is clearly to blame for those mistakes there. It's not Achimpong. You can't blame him. No way.
And so you bring a player on the pitch to defend. They don't defend, and it's somehow the manager's fault.
But come on, where were all the other players? Normally, when you defend, you don't just like two guys defend. You defend it as a block. You defend the team. I didn't see anybody supporting those defenders. They were overrun. Of course, they're going to score. Brighton. Where was the support for the defenders? No way to be seen. They were all way up the pitch, dead tired because Maresca just says attack. And
we have 3 holding midfielders, 3 fullbacks, 3 centre backs, and just 1 striker. Does that just not show that the defense just isn't good enough?
No, that's nothing to do with the defense. It's the 3 so-called holding midfielders. What, Lavia, Mr. Spaghetti, their legs, they always injured. He's scared to tackle because he knows he'll get injured. Enzo, somewhere halfway up to the moon, has only left down to, what's her face, Caicedo. Caicedo is not Kante. He can't be everywhere. He's good, but he can't walk on water, not yet. And yes, the 3 defenders there, they're facing proper old school Danny Welbeck, Mr. Meat and Potatoes. They're big muscles, strong, physical. That kind of player.
You think our midfield isn't good enough?
They were just tired. They were tired. But playing 10 men, it's hard, man. They were tired.
Let me just interject a bit. I will bring in also Ike because he's actually here. And anybody who wants to actually make a comment, you're allowed to click the link in the comment section and actually come in and have your say. But one thing I have to say is that are we now supposed to actually say that probably the extended season with the Club World Cup is actually affecting our league season? Because look at the number of injuries that we have. And you have said about João Pedro. And about João Pedro, Maresca realized this. That's why Maresca was using Liam Delap as a striker. Remember, before Delap got injured, Maresca was playing Delap as the number 9. Then he played João Pedro as the number 10. Then Palma down the right, then Neto down the left. That is how Maresca was doing, because he understood that João Pedro is not an out-and-out number 9. Now, it was a mistake that was made, despite the flaws that Jackson has with scoring. But with Jackson, you get that threat.
Yes.
That is one thing I'll say.
Hard work. Hard work.
He will give you the hard work, he will give you the threat, and he will even give you the assists. So Christian, I am with you 100%. I actually lifted my hand and I said, you are right on this. I said you are right on the Jackson situation. And I will even tell you today that you are right on the Jackson situation. But now we're in a situation where, yes, we have lost Jackson.
Hang on. But when you say you were right in the situation, you also have to say, but where you were wrong, then you have to carry on. But where you were wrong, carry on. You have to finish the sentence. So where you were wrong? I'm waiting for the other half.
I have said you were right on that.
Yeah, but where you were wrong. What's the rest of the story?
Where you are wrong is thinking that we can trust young players as defenders. That is where I say that you are wrong. Because at the moment, based on the people who finished in the top 4 last season, we are the only team who have regressed instead of progressing. And I will still not just go blatantly and blame the manager, because, despite us having these defensive problems, we don't have great defenders, but we still have good defenders. It's just that our defenders are out injured. Colwell is out injured. Tosin is out injured. Chaloba has been sent off. Benoit has never been good. Disasi is not good enough. Achimpong is young. Hato, I think, played well in the first half. But we are in a position now where we did not actually push ourselves. And we are now questioning. Some of us are questioning. Yes, I'm not saying that Maresca is not at fault. Maresca is at fault even today. Because there's a way you manage games. And I will blame Maresca because he has not taught this team how to play with 10 men. Because I think Sunderland won with 10 men last game. You need to teach your team to actually play with 10 men. Even Liverpool, I think they have Newcastle almost got a draw against Liverpool with 10 men. So Maresca needs to teach his team how to play with 10 men. That is one thing that I will say that Maresca got it wrong. Now, before even Christian, I get back to you, I just want to hear what Ike has to say, because he has also been here quite some time, and then you can proceed. Ike, I'm giving you an opportunity to speak. I want to read some comments. I think the club is done. Even with new managers, the sporting directors have too much control. And them being poor in planning every season will tell you the future as well. Yes, that is what I have to say. The sporting directors have actually not gotten this thing working because they are not progressing the team. But again, the sporting directors are working with the instruction they have been given. And the instruction is Chelsea are supposed to sign players 23 and below so that these players are able to actually generate value so that they can be sold at a future date. And also, what is making this signing of players become so difficult? I was listening to Football Terrors, and the people were saying that PSR needs to be scrapped because a lot of teams are now moving to what we call the multi-club model, meaning that they are signing young players, taking them to another club, and then once they mature in that club, they bring them to their team, because that is the only way you can beat PSR in this situation. PSR is even making small teams not actually grow and actually sign players when they get new ownership. That's one problem of PSR. No, the substitution are killing us. There's nothing we could do. We just can't defend well. I think some fans are directing the frustration to the wrong person, and Jackson out was a mistake. Yeah, it was a mistake. So I would really like to see Isaac here. I don't know where Isaac is, but I would like to see him here. Ike.
Yeah, thank you. So, Lavade. So my predicted lineup was Sanchez, James Achempong, and Chaloba, then Kukulela at the back, Caicedo and Santos at the midfield, Garnacho, Estavo, Neto, then Joao Pedro. So Maresca, who do we bring? Who do we blame now? Personally, I'm blaming Maresca. That Estavo sub was a mistake. Estavo should have stayed in. Estavo should have stayed in. And I was confident we are winning the game until we brought in Gusto.
Yeah.
Yeah, and until Gusto came on, we conceded. Again, Badiashile came on, we conceded again. Why defend? Why you defending? We did the same mistake against Man United. He decided to defend again. The same thing happened.
Now, I just
I
want
was
to ask you,
confident
Aiki.
after the red card. I was still confident. Estavo was
Okay,
at red. Is that true?
yeah,
Estavo
I
was at
agree with
red.
you. I
Yeah.
agree with you, and I've said I do agree with what you've said. Now, if probably we are leading, I think
Yeah.
you are actually contradicting what Christian is actually saying, because according to Christian, since we are leading 1-0, we needed to be a bit conservative. That is
No,
what
no,
he
no,
said.
no. I said after 1-1 when we were 10 men down.
No, we went we went a man down when we were already 1-0.
Yeah, but when there's equalized 1-1, this is when you make decisions that, okay, maybe we salvage this point because things aren't looking so good for us here. Not what
So I think
1-0. Come on.
after the red card, we are still controlling the game. I think we were still controlling. Is that true? We were still controlling. And I told someone we were winning the game 2-0. That's what I said. So I expected Garnacho to come on. Then Neto is still down. I don't know why he's still playing for us. Neto should
But
have
do you
left
know?
it.
Do you
Neto
guys
was down
understand?
today.
Do you guys understand why Maresca is not preferring to play Garnacho? It's
Yeah,
because
why?
Garnacho, his work rate is very bad.
Defensive is he can't defend. He's like Gusto, the same WhatsApp club.
But at least
Why did he bring on Gusto? Gusto should have Gusto. When James was at the light back, when James was there, we were defending well, light back. But James kind of came into the center back, and that line became a problem. That light line became a problem. Estaba when he was there, the Brighton right back was not over in was not what do I say? Was still down. He was kind of afraid of Estava. Is that true? So he was not going forward to do those crosses. So personally, I blame Maresca for that.
Yeah, we have
Fabregas is doing an amazing. Fabregas is doing an amazing job at Como. Look, he had a red card and he still managed to draw.
Thank you.
If Maresca has to leave, Fabregas can be hired.
Hey, there's no everything about new managers now, man. Come on.
Maresca will resign. Remember at Leicester? Maresca will resign. This Chelsea pressure, he will resign. Wait and see. Maresca will resign.
Okay, just wait there. I want to give you your biggest supporter in this, Isaac.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Here we go. The entertainment begins.
Hi. How are you?
We are fine, Isaac. We want to give you the floor.
Actually, I'm not surprised. We discussed in our forum, my prediction. I said we gonna lose 2-1, so I'm not surprised. Then I know the next question is it Maresca's fault? In football, the red card exists, and then against 10 men, we can still playing, we can still scoring, even kept that result. If I'm not mistaken, I think 2 years ago we beat Brighton with 10 men. I think, am I right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You see, so we can manage with 10 men. It's Brighton. It's not Liverpool. It's not Arsenal. It's Brighton. So we can still doing something. But I think we started the game well. I was surprised with the performance of Joel Hato.
We played well until the red card.
Yes, until the red card. And then our coach panic. He substitutes. He take off Santos and he bring on Gusto. So
Of course.
No.
we guys,
Personally, Isaac, personally, what I think, I think Estavo should have stayed. That's what I think. Santos was right.
I don't
Estavo
think
should have
about
stayed.
I don't think about Estevao, but I think he should not play Gusto as a winger.
Yeah,
That's the first point. Second point, after the red card, so Brighton was pressing high, and there were much space behind. It's that time you can now play Garnacho, who was on the bench. If you bring on Garnacho with his speed and the space, we could do something, but not.
But again, Isaac, we are 10 men down.
Yes.
Okay, let's just agree first. The first substitution was needed because we lost a centre back, so we needed to get a centre back on the pitch.
Of course.
Can we agree that we needed a centre? We needed that sub. So he made the right sub because the player. That one you agree, true. Now let's look at your perspective where we are supposed to bring in Garnacho. Garnacho is a good player making those counter-attacking runs, but here is a situation: we are 10 men down. Should we bring in a player who's a passenger without the ball? See, Garnacho plays like João Felix. When you are having the ball, you are attacking, he's there. When you don't have the ball, you are defending, he is not there. So do you think that they would actually drag Cucurella apart? Because in my opinion, Neto is very good when it comes to defending. When we don't have, Neto does the hard work. That is true. But Garnacho doesn't do that. So in your opinion, should we have brought in Garnacho, or we should have just retained Estevao and Neto?
You should have taken off João Pedro. João Pedro was the one who was not doing anything. He was a passenger.
For example, we could substitute him, but you think Estevao is good defensively than Garnacho?
No. It's too small.
Mehdi, the stats guy. Do you think that you do think he's better than Garnacho?
Who is Estevao?
Yeah.
In terms of defending. Defensively, the numbers are very low. Very, very low, actually. Let me see Garnacho still.
He's probably a little bit higher. Even
slightly higher.
The eye test will tell you they don't even need to look stats. You just look at the physical size. Estevao, as much as he's a fantastic dribbler going forward, but he's so small he gets bullied off the ball. He's not a defender. It's not his job. Same with Garnacho.
So those who are saying that Maresca should have retained Estevao are actually wrong, because according to the stats and according to the eye test, he should have been taken off.
Depending on what your tactics were. No, wait a minute. If you wanted to carry on attacking, you stay on. But if you wanted to park the bus, if you wanted to be pragmatic, then definitely you should have gone off. So it depends how you look at it. What was his philosophy? What was he trying to do?
It's not that I'm saying Estevao should have stayed and played 90 minutes. Maresca should have been calm at least 5 minutes or even 3. And think about the subs he is supposed to bring on.
Let me ask the panel: are we in a situation now where we have to start addressing the point that maybe we need a new left back, a right back? She's right back. Right back.
Oh, right back.
I was thinking when we play Jorel Hato as centre back, I was thinking that we need a left back.
A right back, because James is always injured. Gusto is a liability. He's useless at defending. Are we in a situation where Chelsea is going to start maybe looking in the market to buy a right back?
I think the next transfer window should only focus on defenders. 1 right back, 2 centre backs. All the other centre backs should go. Disasi should go. Benoit should go. Chaloba should go. The only defender that should remain is probably Colwill. Even Fofana should go. He's picking up space and he's always injured.
Since at the club we have the new owner, it's so difficult for me to do this exercise where you are planning that we have to buy the center backs and the fullback, it's very complicated because where you think is not where the owner think.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So have you seen? We have Benfica. We have Benfica on Tuesday. Mourinho.
We,
So
we,
Maresca is trying to play defensive game. You'll see how Mourinho plays the game now. Those
Hmm.
counter attacks, defense, counter.
Okay,
I think
I want us to agree on this, that there are some mistakes. There are some mistakes where the manager makes, but in this game, I think the approach of the somebody has a echo somewhere. Somebody has YouTube playing. Okay, I was saying this that we do agree that Maresca makes some mistakes once we go a goal down, a man down. But we also need to agree this, that the way in which the sporting director, we'll talk about Maresca, but the ways in which the sporting director. First of all, I want to acknowledge these things. One, we are suffering from a prolonged season. We really played a lot of games. We did not get a preseason, and we are paying it with injuries upon injuries. That is one thing. Two, a lot of players are fatigued. You can even see it. They are playing so well in the earlier minutes of the game, and then they just fall out. They become super tired. And then number three, we also did so bad in the transfer window. We did not prioritize the defense in the transfer window. So that is what I can say. I know Isaac was saying something and he got interrupted. So Isaac, you have the mic.
Yeah. I was just complaining about SEM, so the recruitment team. So I don't know how can I say the board, because for them, you say that we are planning to buy the center backs and the fullback, but you'll be surprised at the end of the transfer window that we buy a midfielder. That's it. They believe in Badiashile.
Or another attacker. It's so like Chelsea to buy. And here's another question. But Bonanotte wasn't available. I think we're the second, right, in the league for the most players unavailable, actually.
you should look up the stat. How many goals in the last 3 seasons has Chelsea conceded in the last 10 minutes? I think you'd be shocked. There's so many. I mean, that is just a mentality problem in the club there.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with centre backs or buying this or buying that. There's something in the mentality of that club there that they always concede in the last moment. Why is that?
I'm inclined to agree with you because even the losses, there's always the same teams. I don't get it. It's always United, it's always Newcastle, it's always Brighton, and it's always the bottom two teams. I never understand. Managers have come and gone, but the club has not progressed, okay, we went really bad, right, with Potter, then we progressed with Pochettino, then we progressed with Maresca. But it always feels like Chelsea's level will always be top four. Do you get me? And you just know which games we're going to lose. We know when we come into the season, we're all dreading Old Trafford. We're all dreading St. James Park. We're all dreading any game with Brighton. We're all dreading against the bottom two teams. I don't know what it is, to be honest, sometimes. Because at that point, it's like, who do you even blame?
And the bottom two teams, I just have to make this shout out. I think we'll lose to Sunderland.
I think so as well.
I think we are going to lose to Sunderland. But what I want to say about Chelsea is...
I told you before. I told you that we are going to lose versus Brighton, and we are going to lose to Sunderland. And then we'll be in crisis.
We have Benfica on Tuesday. Benfica on Tuesday.
Benfica will draw.
Let me just make this statement about Chelsea that I have observed. The reason why, as a team, as Chelsea Football Club, the reason why we don't progress. I am not in this thing of chopping and changing managers. I still maintain that Maresca is a good manager. And any manager will make a mistake in the game. Even Pep, in the final and one of his biggest games in his career, he chose to put Rodri and Fernandinho on the bench. And he lost the Champions League final to Chelsea because he chose not to play a defensive midfielder. And as a manager, he's going to make those mistakes. Even Sir Alex Ferguson made mistakes. And I'm not saying that Maresca is at that level, but I'm saying I liken Maresca to a person like Mikel Arteta. Arteta also faced this problem. This is Maresca's second season. But what I'm saying is that with Chelsea, whenever we win a major trophy, when we win the Premier League, when we win the Champions League, when we win the Club World Cup, instead of using that and that euphoria to now build on to the next season, we don't do it. Conte goes, wins the Premier League, comes back and tells Marina, I want Lukaku, I want Van Dijk, I want Alisson. I want Lukaku, I want Van Dijk, and he wanted somebody else. Yeah?
Bonucci and Alexandro.
He wanted Alexandro and this player who used to play for Tottenham as a wing back. What is his name? This Italian guy. He wanted two new wing backs. He wanted two new wing backs because he knew that he could not go to try and win the league again with Alonso as a left wing back. He knew Alonso was good, but he was like, no, I still need a fast wing back. So he wanted Alexandro. But we didn't get him that. We went and bought Zappa Costa. We went ahead and bought
Bakayoko.
We went and bought Bakayoko. We went and bought Morata. So we went ahead and bought things that the manager did not ask. And then Conte is not Maresca. Conte is not Potter, who's just going to sit there and say, okay, this is what you have given me. I will try. No, Conte will tell you, I didn't ask for these players. That is the same. That's the same thing he said at Spurs.
That interview was legendary.
Yeah, so Conte will throw the toys out. Conte will just say, I can't do this, and he will throw the toys out. We come to the Champions League. We win the Champions League in 2021. Now, we are entering into 2022. Tuchel is backed by getting Lukaku instead of getting Haaland because we were going for Haaland, but we didn't go for Haaland. Then Marina was like, no, Haaland is unproven. We were actually going for Haaland, but he was, no, we don't want Haaland. We are going to get Lukaku. We didn't sign extra wing backs because Tuchel was relying on wing backs. We did not sign wing backs. So Chilwell and Reece James get injured. Lukaku does that interview. The title race is over. Now we come this season.
Has to play wing back as well.
Yeah. Now we come this season. We win the Club World Cup. What are we supposed to do? We need a new goalkeeper. We need a centre back. We need a striker. That is what we wanted. But no, let us go and get two left wingers. And those two left wingers that we have signed, we cannot even start them.
Let me say something before. So, do you know why we will not get defenders? We have one Semerino on loan. Then Mohamed Dussar. We are not going to sign a defender or a goalkeeper. So, there's this thing that the what is this club called? The multi-club, this thing about multi-clubs, they are nini. Will not get those deep players. They will send those young players on loan there. Then bring them back after a season loan and play them. So Anse Melino and Mohamed Dussar are our centre backs next season.
Then we are probably in a top 6 race.
We still see a club about defenders. We'll not get defenders. Anse Melino will be called or Sarr, one of them.
Okay. Then
Strasbourg what's his name? The Strasbourg goalkeeper. Let me see his name.
Henderson.
Yeah. We will not sign those players. We will not sign them.
Okay.
So,
have you now seen the ambition of the club?
But I have to correct Mehdi. Mehdi says that we just a top 4 club, fighting top 4. No, we're not a top 4 club. That for sure we're not. We're top 5, 6, 7, 8. That region there, fighting for the UEFA, fighting for the the last Champions League spot. But we're definitely not a top 4 club. Europa League, Conference League. That's our level. Conference League. That is our current level. Is Conference League. Even there, we'll probably struggle this season. But top 4, no way. There's so many other better teams. I can roll them off on the tongue for you. Liverpool, obviously, then the league. Okay, they lost. You can throw Man City there. You can put Arsenal, obviously. Mr. Tyrone's favorite team. Who else is there? You can even put Tottenham is looking good. So there's other teams ahead of Chelsea when it comes to top 4, but we are UEFA Cup, Conference League around there, fifth, sixth.
Even sorry, Christian.
Hmm.
I just wanted to say this. Even Tottenham have better centre backs than us. I would take Romero and Van der Ven any day. They are so good.
And then, wow, the speed of that guy! Oh my God, that guy is so fast. But he's also very injury prone, so that is something which he would fit right in at Chelsea. If he's injury prone, he'd fit perfectly in at Chelsea. We like these injury prone players. But so where does Chelsea go from here? Now they've got another hiding pending with Benfica. If that's another bad loss, Maresca is in trouble, because I know he thinks he's comfortable. He's going to be in their job for long term. But this is Chelsea. If we get our DNA, our history, some things. A leopard never changes their spots, and we have a history of firing managers unexpectedly. So he shouldn't be too comfortable there and thinking I'll be there for the next 2-3 years. No. Chelsea, some more bad results like this and you're gone. You're toast.
I think Isaac was saying something.
I agree with Christian. Maresca is in trouble. You think that by the end of the day, we'll say, no, I ask you for a defender. The board will not accept those excuses. So he's in trouble. As you said, he has to deal with what he has in the hand.
And there you go. You can't keep on crying. You can't keep on complaining and making excuses.
Of course.
Exactly. So this is. So if he makes, what did Mr. Tyrone say? Something about he was sulking over he didn't get a defender. Well, that sulking. Somebody said he actually threw the game. I don't know who said this earlier. He said no, the substitutions he made was basically to show the board that he was unhappy with whatever. That business, that arrogance. Sorry.
Yeah, I said it because it is like the pattern.
That arrogance will get him fired. That will cost you your job. That kind of nonsense is going to cost you your job at the end of the day. So there's no point trying to be clever over for the board by doing stupid substitutions and trying to throw the game or whatever. Because at the end of the day, it will cost you a job. Then what? Is that me echoing?
Somebody needs to turn off the YouTube, please. Okay. Hello.
So now we are moving. Next is Benfica and Liverpool. I think before the
Isaac, I think it's from your end. Isaac.
No,
I think
not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Hello.
Not me.
Oh,
Mehdi,
it's Mehdi.
I think Mehdi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this run between the two international break was just a mess, and I think we have to look for our season must start after this international break against Nottingham, and hopefully most of injury player will be back. Otherwise, we are finished. We are not
one thing
United.
But one thing I want to say is that
even if they are struggling.
I really like that from you, Isaac. One thing I have to say is that despite the loss, I'm like, okay, we don't have a key players in our team. This is the Premier League. There is no easy game in the Premier League. And I'm also optimistic. I know Guardiola also lost back-to-back games and he was like, okay, Manchester City are finished. Pep is over and everything is over. And we were going through this run. Yes?
No, I was saying, but they're still there. Pep is still there.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that even this run that we are saying here, we are looking to throw the toys. We can win 5 games in a row and we are in second place. That's how the Premier League is, by the way.
This team, come on, what you saw today, who are they going to beat? You tell me. This team, the performance you saw today, who are they going to beat?
I'm not saying that this team. I'm saying we will make improvements. We will make improvements. Like today, Honestly speaking, I just want to say this. Today, if we don't get that red card, we probably will. We'll be probably having a different discussion here. And that is the reality. I think the team, based on how I saw them play against Manchester United, even the Lincoln game, this game today, I thought they controlled the game. They played well. And I think if we didn't get that red card, we would have probably won this game, even 2-0. So I will not go into it because the last two games, let me just give them the benefit of doubt. The last two games, we've gotten a red card. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt.
But if you're honest, sorry to interrupt you, a question for you, Mr. Tyrone. If you're honest, if you look already from the game one of the first of this season, Chelsea was being exposed. We were just lucky the first couple of games, dodgy refereeing decisions, VAR, what have you, we got points. But the same, have you noticed how teams are just playing long balls against Chelsea because we attack so high up the ground? It's easy. The other teams have figured out how to play against Chelsea. Be patient. Let them get comfortable. Let them attack in numbers. And once they're very comfortable, then you play that long ball. You counter-attack. It is so simple. You're just going to see this game by game by game. And this is how, unless something changes, I just don't see how...
Yeah. Then it's
because our defenders are bad. If you can just keep going long all the time and losing every knockdown, it shows how your defenders lack physicality. You give those long balls to Gabriel and Saliba, they're itching that all day. Same with Van Dijk and Konaté. When you go up against these defenders, you get scared, man. You're like, I don't want to go one-on-one against these guys. But then you see like someone like Chalobah, he's someone like Tosin, you're like, okay, they're good, but they're not that good. We can get something against them. And look, to be honest, guys, Chelsea have always had a problem in December. We have that December curse. In a way, I think if there is a point in time for your team to go through a bad run, you'd rather have it happen earlier in the year than later.
Yeah. So if probably this is the December curse, then I'm like, okay. If it is the December curse, it's okay. But one thing you've said there, Mehdi, is actually a good point. Even when we were winning leagues, even when we were leading titles or Champions League, look at the defenders we had. We had Thiago Silva, Rudiger, even sometimes we had Gary Cahill, John Terry, Carvalho, Azpilicueta. Now, you need to have those physical, imposing defenders. And what you have said is true. If you play those long balls against Gabriel and Saliba, it's breakfast. That is breakfast. They can do it for 90 minutes. You just play them.
Breakfast.
It's true. It's like playing those. If there's one defender we need to go and get is James Tarkowski.
I just can't imagine him at Chelsea, though. That feels so weird.
But that's that old school bread and butter, tough defender, really, really no nonsense, physical. We don't have any of those kind of players in Chelsea. We've got all nice boy band players, all nice guys, all these very Instagram, TikTok players, and
PlayStation defenders.
PlayStation defender. We don't have that. I know it's not very modern. It's not very modern.
Is 32 though. They're not gonna get him.
Yeah. You get him on a. You see, this is the problem now. We don't want to. We don't want to actually spend. Yeah, we have centre backs at Strasbourg who are developing, but you just bring in James Tarkowski for 2 seasons. Now imagine, let me tell you something. Now imagine Tarkowski in that Brentford game. Do we concede that goal in the final minute?
Who's that defender from Nottingham Forest? The one from where is it from? Serbia.
Milenkovic.
Oh, that one.
That one also. Imagine we are Chelsea this season and our centre back partnership is James Tarkowski and Milenkovic. Do you think we have these problems? Even
Milenkovic is 27. Again, the board are not gonna get him.
That is the problem.
That's the issue. It's not like the players aren't out there. Players are there. But the board has a fetish for young players. Because they don't see this. And guys, even when you think about top teams that won titles, have you ever seen a top team win titles with bad or not even bad, just good centre-backs? No chance. There were always great centre-backs.
Yeah, but don't forget, in the same breath, that those so-called title-winning top teams, those centre back pairings, as I'd like to say, have played together maybe for 2 or 3 seasons. The same centre back pairings here at Chelsea. Every single game we have a new centre back pairing. So how the hell are you going to have a stable centre back if you keep changing?
Not really, because when Laporte came to City, they won it straight. Diaz came to City, they won it straight. Akanji comes, they win it straight. Same with Van Dijk,
But no, Mehdi. They always had a pairing. Like you see in the 21-22 season, it was Stones and Diaz. It was John Stones and Diaz. Laporte's final season, it was John Stones and Diaz. In the treble-winning season, it was Diaz and Akanji.
Mm-hmm.
In the Centurion season, it was Vincent Kompany and Otamendi.
Oh, they were so good. Vincent Kompany, that guy was so good, man. Yeah.
And at Chelsea, we had Gary Cahill and John Terry. And Liverpool, when they won the league, you had Matip and Virgil van Dijk. Oh my God, we don't have centre backs. Look at the teams that are winning the titles. Look at Joel Matip. Do you think Matip, if he's ahead of that ball, Welbeck gets to that ball? No, we need a tough centre back. We need that. The reason why you are saying that we are winning the aerial battle is because teams have realized that Chelsea don't have centre backs. They don't have strong centre backs. Play the ball over the top. You're going to get at them.
But Chelsea
only Cole is the one centre back that you're like, okay, he looks like he's got some grit to him.
But the Maresca system is such that you need so-called centre backs that can play the ball. They play the ball out from the back and all that. And that's so you don't have space for the old school kind of bread and butter tough guy centre backs, because Maresca wants to play it a certain way. Remember when it used to be that the goalkeeper banned the goalkeeper from kicking the ball out until he changed, but even the goalkeeper wasn't allowed to. It had to be one of those. Must play the ball from the back. It has to be built up. There's no way you play a long ball.
But
Christian, we do have centre backs that are big and can play the ball. Look at Arsenal. You look at Liverpool. There are centre backs who are big and can play the ball, and not just that, but like you see, the board wants young players. The issue is with young players, they're very not physically developed as seniors. So you either get a centre back who is good on the ball or not, because you're not going to get physicality with young centre backs. It's very rare. The only one I can think of is maybe Branthwaite.
And we allowed Branthwaite to renew
is he a top defender?
He's good. Yeah. Isaac, he's very physical. He's playing for Everton. Everton, they don't buy these silky centre backs. They want steel in that defense.
Yeah.
Those are the centre backs you hear Christian talking about. That is what you call. They are not even called centre backs. They are called centre halves.
Oh, you old school. I like the sound of that. Oh my God! Wow.
Those are the centre backs who Christian used to see them bleeding when they are leaving the pitch. They always, after 5 games, they must play with a bandage.
Terry Butcher.
Yeah.
Those kind of guys, the guy after his head's open, said, "No, there's nothing wrong with me. I can carry on playing." And I'm saying, "What the hell? What?" And then when at halftime they go for a beer at the pub, and then they come back and they go carry on playing. And those kind of type play. Hey, football's come a long way.
A long list of defender, but I don't trust even the board.
Yeah, the board are not going to sign them because the board want a 23-year-old. They want a 20-year-old.
Yeah,
they want a 19-year-old.
They will go in Denmark.
Why don't we go for? Why don't we go for someone like Antonio Silva? He's good and he's young. And he's tall. Or Branthwaite is 23 as well. I don't get it.
They don't. I also heard that Chelsea are in a problem financially. I heard that Chelsea are in a problem financially. We're in a situation where we signed so many players, and now that amortization we need to play it. So in the next 4 years, we actually need to sell a starting player next season.
So you can start by selling Lavia. So
Cole
lucky.
Palmer's gonna go. I feel
Yeah.
like Palmer's gonna go.
No, I don't think they're going to sell Palmer.
I had
But
Are
I
you
don't, but I don't think.
Chelsea don't do well?
Palmer had,
You can't
I
blame
read
him.
something. I read something yesterday. Palmer had complaints about Maresca. Is that true?
That's true. I read the same thing.
We had,
Those
we had
are,
seen that.
let me tell you something. Those are just media talks. Those are media talks. Because if
No,
Palmer had a
Tyron,
problem, just a minute. If
Tyron
Palmer,
is not about the media. You see, Palmer, when you watch Palmer, not even is football, but Palmer is giving some character on the pitch. Palmer is a player who has the ambition. You think Palmer, in his head, is not thinking about Ballon d'Or? And to get sack trophy in his life, he should not play for Chelsea. This is the time for him to go to a team where he can win that trophy. And I think Palmer is focused on that. I don't think we can keep Palmer next year.
There is no problem. There is no problem even if Palmer chooses to leave. You see, there's this thing I said in the group. There was Chelsea before Palmer. There is Chelsea after Palmer. So there is no problem. If he thinks he's a superstar, that it's not at Chelsea, he can leave. Even Hazard thought that the grass was greener elsewhere. He went. So what I'm saying about Cole Palmer is he cannot. I think that is a rumor, because if Palmer had a problem with the manager, he would have just said it last season. So Palmer cannot talk about the manager and the manager doing this, because even Palmer had a poor run. I think since January, he scored in September in the Premier League. The entire second leg, Palmer even did, I don't know how many goals. He didn't have more than 3 goals. The entire 19 games of the second leg.
Yeah, Tyron,
as much as he can say that it's because of the manager. He can say that.
No,
he can say
it's
that.
Not because of
personally, I think Palmer is more of a
position
team player.
The position player is important.
But listen here, Isaac. When Maresca came in, Palmer has been used as the number 10. He was given the number 10 position. And even if you have to say it is because of the manager, we went on a winning streak towards the end. We were winning games. But Palmer was not scoring. And the time when Palmer was scoring was when he was playing with Jackson. And Jackson got injured. In fact, if we have to say something, the person who was actually making Palmer look great is Jackson. Even Christian can confirm that to you.
Yeah, but then at the same time, guys, Jackson had the most chances missed and Palmer had the most chances created, right? Like, let's give both sides of the story like weightage. There was a stat that he had the most chances created in the league, and he still didn't have any assists or goals because of like how the players around him were just missing left, right, and center. Jackson mainly.
But with Jackson in the team, this is very interesting. Now, with Jackson in the team, Chelsea didn't have to put, because he worked so hard, because he ran so tirelessly. We were playing him almost like a lone striker, and we were able to. We didn't have to throw so many people forward, unlike now, where we don't have anybody in the middle. We've got João Pedro, but he's just a passenger. So we have to stretch our game. We have to push more men forward, and this is why we are so exposed on the counter attack. You guys, people just don't see it. Jackson, yes, he was missing chances. Yes, I agree. But his tireless work was underrated because people are so frustrated with his missing of chances, but they actually failed to see what he was actually doing. You know, sometimes you lose sight of what's going on because you're so focused on one thing.
No, but I take it. People weren't fed up with Jackson because he was missing. They were fed up with him because of his attitude. Unnecessary red cards right when he came back twice. Like, that's where we really got pissed. You know, we all knew that Jackson has a problem with finishing. Even then, we know he's going to get double digits. We all knew he's good at linking up. He's great at dribbling. He's decently strong. You get past his man, can link up well and presses hard. But then he started doing silly things. He got a red card against Newcastle, I think, and then he got another red card in I don't know what game. And that Newcastle game, we lost it 2-0 because of that. There was another game also he got a red card after he just came back. So it was just really disappointing. That's the reason, mainly.
It happens. He's a young guy. Come on, man. You go through phases. A young person, you go through phases, ups and downs. It's not just plain smooth sailing like.
I agree, but Fategi, how come no other young player is making the same stuff, is doing the same mistakes he's making? You remember how many yellow cards Jackson had? You remember how many red cards he also accumulated as a striker? We didn't really see that from any young player. I don't think some of our defenders or midfielders got booked as much as he did. And 9 times out of 10, it was always because of dissent. That was the main issue. No one doubts his quality. He's a great player. It's just sometimes you feel like his attitude and lack of discipline kind of held him back.
Yeah, but you play that position, that Diego Costa, what's my face, Jackson position there, where you are getting beaten black and blue by the Salibas and whoever of this world. There, you become a rough citizen. You become like a gang member. You have to be tough. You have to dish it out, because if you don't, those defenders will bully you. In the end, it was actually Jackson was doing the bullying. So that's how we get his respect. But you play that position, yes, you're going to get booked. Yes, you're going to occasionally get frustrated because the referee is, has maybe not given you a free kick or what have you. But he's young. He was how old is he, Jackson? I can't remember. 22?
He must be 24 now. He must be 24.
Still, that is a very, very young age. So you can't. That position is expected for a centre forward. If he's not getting yellow cards, if he's not getting sent off, that means he's not doing enough work, as far as I'm concerned. So
Guys,
the fact that means he's working hard.
We have strikers like Isak. We have strikers like Haaland. Even Dembele was known for his pressing. None of them have issues like this with their discipline. You can be rough. You can fight back. Don't be a crash out. You get me? That's the main issue. Jackson was turning into a crash out.
Jackson's problem was he was not playing against the players. He was just, I think it was against the referees. The referees throwing the ball away, which led to yellow cards. Unnecessary yellow cards. 5 yellow cards, he missed the next game.
But honestly, Jackson was starting to act.
What do you mean? Should we wait for him to grow?
No, you shouldn't grow. You should remain how he is. Be a rough guy. Be a tough guy. Be a white guy.
Jackson was was starting to act like a child.
Yes, and it's mostly against the
petulant.
It looks like Bayern will send him back. Did you see his last 2 games? Missing open chances.
How can you miss goals in the Bundesliga?
It looks like they will send him back.
Thanks.
Open chances, counter, Jackson, score, miss. Jackson.
But okay. Well, that is Germany. You sometimes have that Oktoberfest, and that sometimes goes to the fumes, go to your head. So you got to keep a clear head. Don't get drunk on all that Oktoberfest beer. There, it's
Let me tell you, you will never win a war against Jackson with Christian. You will never. You
look at a player like
in Germany. It's so cold in Germany.
Yeah, but you look at a player like Ekitike. He's young, he's strong, he's tough, he's getting bullied. He's not acting like a crash out. He's just scoring his goals, doing his job, and fighting where he needs to. There's a balance with these things, man.
Wait,
but anyways, I think.
How many games has Tiki, whatever his name is, played in the EPL? Wait. I'm going to have this conversation with you on 10 games time, and I'm going to hear what you're going to say. Because the defenders will figure him out, and they'll make him look very average. It happens all the time, and they'll bully you into silence. These defenders, these Salibas, and what's the other guy called? Arsenal, I like him. Gabriel, those guys, those tough guys, they will take the star charge of you very, very quickly. Those Van Dijks and those Konates and who else are those top defenders? You said Van der Ven and who's the other? Romero. What other teams have got good centre backs?
Tarkowski.
Tarkowski. Those guys, they take no prisoners. They'll humble you very, very quickly. And this is not just one game. This is every single game in the EPL because those EPL teams are good. So
But have you seen the games Ekitike has already played? He's played low sitting blocks. He's played Newcastle. He's
by
played
the-
Palace. He's played Arsenal.
Ekitike
He's
is
come
quite
up against
good.
those beasts. Yeah.
Where's he
He's so
scored? Where's he scored? Which games?
He scored.
He scored.
Yes.
He scored all his games except one game. He literally scored in every game.
Are you sure?
Isaac has a go with you.
Wait, okay, 10 games. We said 10 games. 10 games. We'll have this discussion again. We'll see about etiquette.
We didn't say that. You said that. Let's get
But
that
we'll have
clear.
this discussion and we'll see where is I can't even say his name. Eti something.
Ekitike.
Eti TK. I can't understand. He's French. I didn't realize the guy's French, but yes, he's tall. He's got a nice hairstyle and all that. He stands out in the crowd, but hairstyle alone doesn't make for a good player. And
What about Isak? Isak would probably get kicked every game, and he would still end up dropping Van Dijk.
he scored one goal for Liverpool since coming.
Yeah, but Isaac, by the way, I think he didn't live with the blessings of Newcastle.
There you
He's
go.
not been playing well. He's not been playing. He's not been playing.
But again, you obviously Isak comes from a system in Newcastle where they play a certain way, and he's got to now adapt his game to suit to fit in the Liverpool play. Liverpool don't play like the way Newcastle, so it's a bit different for him. Newcastle is more of a counter-attacking style. Liverpool is more ball dominant, so it's difficult. It's not easy.
Another problem. Isak was like the main guy in Newcastle. So
Yes.
in Liverpool now it's different. They have to play
Salah is the main guy. Salah is the main guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if Salah is the main guy anymore. He's aging out. They're all looking to Isak. Guys, we're derailing from the convo. Let's talk about the team.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad because we are talking about this discussion. It's actually bringing us to what we were talking about, Nicholas Jackson, because we are also finding ourselves in a situation where we have an issue with that. We are terrible in both boxes. We are terrible in the opposition box and we are terrible in our own box, because actually I want to make this prediction. The team that is going to win the league is the team that is
good. Please, before
So Isaac,
our box, opponent box.
Tyron,
Where are we good?
just a minute, Ike.
Tyron,
Just
let
a
me say
minute.
something. So our problem is Palma. Palma is out. We are Palma FC. Without Palma, we are bad.
No. We're not Palma FC.
Listen. How many games has Palma played?
No.
Can you listen to me, please?
But he
When
played.
Palma is playing, we are better. When Palma is playing,
he played against Crystal Palace and we drew that game. He played against Brentford and we drew that game. Just a minute. There's a question that Isaac asked me. He asked me where do I think we're actually good. I think we have good wingers.
Good midfielders.
I think we have good midfielders. Okay. Just a minute, Isaac. I am answering your question. I think we have good midfielders. I think we have good wingers. I think we also have a good. I think also João Pedro in that hybrid number 9 position is good. I think Dilap is also a good player if he is back in the team. However, I think even our fullbacks are good. I think Chris James and Cucurella are good. Our problem is that in that defense, we don't have that steel, we don't have that iron, we don't have that energy, we don't have that Gabriel in that defense, we don't have a Tarkowski in that defense, we don't have a Saliba, we don't have a Konate, that is what we lack. That is what we lack. If we had Thiago Silva, let's say if we had Thiago Silva, maybe not now, but probably around 3 seasons ago, I think we would have been better.
Even if we have someone like Dan Burn from Newcastle, he's so good.
Even Lewis Dunk from Brighton, oh my God.
I think Colwill was good.
Colwill was good.
Yeah, Colwill was good. He was our best defender, but what a defender.
He needed a partner.
Now I'm worried that is Colwill back at that level.
He will
Yeah,
not
after
be
the
back.
injury.
By the Isaac, you are correct, because an ACL is usually a bad injury. You'll find that he comes in, he doesn't want to make tackles, he doesn't want to be rushed because he's from injury. And I always hear that recovery process is so bad. The players actually have even nightmares about the recovery process. So I want to agree with Isaac that at the end of the day, we still have to sign 2 center backs.
Yes.
Just get Branswaite or get Antonio Silva, man. Just one centre back. Like we knew coming into the summer, we needed mainly a goalkeeper, a striker, and a centre back.
You give us a name of one defender from AC Milan.
I think we should sign.
Oh, Pavlovic.
I had the other conversation with
Yeah,
his agent. I think he should be signed.
I went on YouTube and watched some of his games. So
He's a good player.
it seems
He's
to
a
be
very good player.
yes.
Does he have the steel that Wedege wants?
Yeah, bro. He's a proper like hot-headed Croatian, bro.
And I wanted Bastoni. Remember, I always wanted Bastoni. I want an
I would
Italian.
also want Bastoni, but we're not gonna get Bastoni because he's 27.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Mehdi is always focused on the edge. He knows very well our boat.
It all depends on the price tag at the end of the day. Remember how they were haggling over 2 million for that goalkeeper from AC Milan. What's his name?
They care about edge.
No, but with that guy from the Milan, what's his name? The one that wants to fight the
McMannion.
They were haggling over 2 million. That's why they didn't want to. Chelsea didn't want to sign him because obviously he was old. And
No, it's because of his age as well. He is also 27.
Yeah, old, and plus he's not a very good.
They spend that money for a goalkeeper with that age, 27.
That's young for a goalkeeper, 27.
Yeah, it is young for a keeper. But at the same time, we dodged a bullet because he is pure cheeks, man.
I said it at the time, people hammered me. They thought I was being whatever. And
even in our friendly, you guys saw how cheeks he was.
He's bang average. Yes, he can dribble the ball. He can do the Onana business. And by the way, Onana has improved since he left United. How's that possible? But yeah, explain that to me. He can be chic, to use your expression, cheeks at United. The moment he leaves, he goes somewhere else. He's suddenly Onana's returned. How is that possible?
Expectations are lower in those clubs. Pressure is less. Naturally, you're gonna shine more. And at the same time, those teams usually sit deeper, so the goalkeeper is gonna look better. They don't dominate the ball as much.
But that is just weird. He's not the first person to lead United and certainly look like a good player. Even Højlund scored for Napoli. So what the hell's going on? And
that I agree. Yeah, United do have something weird. Even McTominay.
Guys, do you think that we could do with a Harry Maguire?
maybe, yeah.
That's a nice, interesting question. Very good.
The only problem is that he's playing United, but he's a good defender.
He's a good defender.
Play him as centre forward. We need one Harry Maguire as a centre forward.
Honestly, yeah.
He plays
Maguire and Marcos Alonso as strikers, man.
But you see, the problem is Maguire is slow. And therefore you cannot constantly press and run and do all
slow. Tyrone, he can't turn, bro. My God, have you seen him turn? Jesus.
He's like the left. He's like the left. Same as the left. Same.
Then ban that defender from Newcastle. Between Maguire and Ban, who is too slow.
Bruh, easy Maguire. There are times where Dan Burns surprises me with how he turns, but Maguire is like watching a train in slow motion, man. Jesus.
A super oil tanker. It takes him like 3 days to slow down. But I don't know. But the Chelsea board will be faced with some interesting decisions to make at some point. Probably the first one they'll do, probably fire the manager, more than likely. If this carries on like this, the manager's going to be toast. But then again,
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, Christian. As much as the board wants to hide, I know they are going to sack Maresca, because at the end of the day, if things don't go well, the manager is always the first man to throw under the bus. So they are going to sack the manager, but that is going to create problems, because a player like Enzo Fernandez will know that there is nothing like a project, because Enzo has been at the club. He came at the club when Lampard was interim. Lampard went. He was told that Potter was going to come in and actually make changes at the team. Potter came, failed, was sacked.
There seems to, I mean, there is progress, but that came from already declining from being a Champions League quality team. I don't know, man. I can't really blame the manager if you constantly just buy filler players. You know, the players we have are the players you get in Ultimate Team and then you quick sell them. Like, genuinely, I don't know why we're just getting. Actually, we know why. They just want to sell players to make their profit. I think us as fans, we have to accept that the board does have a different vision, and there's nothing we can do about it other than protest.
So
Because
some say we become the new Arsenal from back in the day under Wenger. Just make the top four, and then the board is happy.
yeah,
few
as long as
profit.
they get their money, as long as they can make the profit, they'll be happy.
I see
You know,
Sunderland is leading 1-0.
Yeah, and
there is one aspect which I want to talk today. You
yeah,
see, our bad performance last season starts in December.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
In that moment, if you remember, it was in the December transfer window where
yeah,
we had more player, and then we sent them on loan. There were Veiga, there were Joao Felix, there were many. When
yeah.
we sent them on loan, then the team starts going down. Have you noticed that?
No, I
Yeah.
think Isaac, just to emphasize your point, we went down when we lost Nicholas Jackson to injury. That is what made us went down.
Yeah, but also the losing of Vega was bad. I remember there was a time when we were crying for him. I never understood why we sold him. Bro, like I get the whole money thing, but Vega was a good player. Like it would have kept us from spending unnecessarily more money, I feel.
But you see, this is the
Okay.
problem. This is the problem.
Point now. Betty
And also,
actually gets the. You see, in football, I never see that it's necessary. You bought a player, after just one season, you sell him again.
Exactly.
So there is no time for to adapt on the team. We made the same with Joao Felix. I know he came before, but under Maresca, I don't know, Maresca project. So he came just one season. The first season, we loan him, and then we sell him. Same with Veiga. Why don't we just give a chance to a player to finish a season? And the same comment I hear yesterday about Joel Hato seems that they want to loan him to Strasbourg. That is nonsense.
You see, the thing here is the reason why Joao Felix was signed is not that they wanted Joao Felix. No, they signed Joao Felix so that Atletico Madrid would have signed Conor Gallagher.
Oh yeah. I remember that. But also, you remember when, right now we have a serious issue with the CDM position, right? And there was one player that I was really a fan of when he was with us and he would fill in, and that was Ugochukwu. Whenever he played, he looked very good. He did a solid job. And it's really unfortunate that we just sold him, because I feel like we could give Caicedo some rest. Or in games where we need to tighten up, we could bring him in. Yeah, because Lavia is injury prone, Esugo is injury prone, so I don't know.
But guys, let me just say this thing. Why are we talking about we don't have this player, we don't have this player, we don't have this player, we don't have this player? and we have spent close to 2 billion.
Because the
The
whole
thing here
squad
is,
building is so lopsided. It's so
yeah, so
lopsided.
because let me ask you a question. Why did we sign Leslie Ogochukwu? We signed Chukwemeka. We signed Siju Datro Fofana. We signed Amando Broja. We signed who? We signed who? We signed who? We have signed so many players that I can't even remember. I'm hearing, oh, this player played for Chelsea sometime. So we've signed
My
so
God.
many players, and these players, we are signing them 30 million, 25 million, 55 million, 30 million.
We
So you're
signed
saying,
Harry Kellyman.
yes?
He's our player actually, but I'm so surprised many people doesn't know him. Omari
Who?
Kellyman.
Who?
He's a Chelsea.
Oh, Kelly, man. I forgot he's even still at Chelsea. Damn.
Who is he?
Bro, I think
Many people doesn't know, but we bought that player from Newcastle, I think.
Aston
From
Villa,
Newcastle.
right?
No, between Aston Villa or Newcastle, Omari Kellyman.
Yeah, I think we
Now,
bought him from Aston Villa.
for the entire season, and then this season we loan him in the not even championship, League One. In
Yeah,
League
yeah.
One team.
And we bought him for
That
19
is
million pounds, by the way.
You see, this is what I'm saying. We are splashing money on, oh my God. That's why I'm saying the ambition of these sporting directors is not to win titles. Their ambition is to sign young players and sell. Sign young players and sell. We are the new Borussia Dortmund. We are the new Borussia Dortmund. Our work is to bring in players and sell. I'm telling you, in the summer, if they get a good offer for Cole Palmer, if they get a good offer from Cole Palmer, they will take it.
And guys, some of the names you just mentioned, Tyrone. What do you say? You said Chukwemeka. Who else did you say?
Ogochukwu, Datro Fofana,
Yeah. Now you listen to these names, you know that today they would actually help the team if you kept them.
even Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall will have
Yes,
helped us.
exactly.
That is
Yeah,
another
I don't
example.
remember a
You
game
buy
where he was like super ass. Yeah, so what, Isaac?
Yeah. Play one season and then you sell him. That makes sense for me.
So another thing, Maresca, this experiment of Maresca inverting Rhys James, what do you think about it? I don't like it.
Today he decided to play Rhys James well. They played Rhys James.
Yeah, and he assisted from his position. Is that true? He made an assist.
I mean, he did kind of get lucky, but I do agree that James as a fullback is really good. But it's like the same thing we said. His legs, man, we just don't want them to go. That's the main thing.
I think Maresca should at least adapt another tactic. This
Now let me
like I think teams are studying us now.
no, but you
I
see,
actually don't think so, to be
I don't
honest.
think
Like, our
so.
build-up is so well. We open up gaps, we expose defense. It's just bozo moments from players all the time.
There's this one thing that I have to say. If we were playing so terribly, you remember under Graham Potter? Graham Potter, you could clearly see is a system issue. Here, it's not a system issue because when you look at the first half and you look at the second half, those are two different games. Two different games. In the first half, I thought the players were pressing well. I thought we were winning the ball well. I think we were attacking well. Even though I know that we didn't, the final ball was not there, but you could see we were playing well. I think even
Also,
I was saying,
Tyrone, like, guys, let me just point another thing out to you. Why it's literally players. You guys remember last season how good we were, but do you guys remember how bad Sanchez was? How many goals he gave away? That's not an issue of the system now. That's your goal. And I would say Sanchez cost us at least 10 to 12 goals easily in that league. You imagine we keep those goals out, where would we been? Even today, like, guys, you look at the Bayern game, we lost that because of 3 individual mistakes. Brentford, okay, Maresca got it wrong. He fixed it. We took the lead. Poor marking at the back post. Again, players. Fulham, okay, we got a lucky win. Whatever, you win those games. West Ham, we went 1-0 down. He adjusted. We won 5. So, like, for at least with Maresca, he's tweaking. He's adjusting as the game goes. We don't see that from the players because the players, they just keep making the same mistakes over and over. Last year, you had a striker who was yes, I loved him, but he wasn't finishing, right? Like, let's be real. You had a goalie who was leaking goals left, right, and center. You had inexperienced center backs. Like, you guys remember that Man City game, what Sanchez did, or even what Chalobah did? He I don't know, got pinned by Haaland, got turned, or even Guardiola that game from Gusto. So, like, it's not even a system issue at this point. If your
It's
keeper
just, it's
concedes
just,
12 more goals than he's supposed to, what can you do?
it's just a pleasure. And I think, Ike, I'm just going to drop you to the backstage a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I'm not going to remove. I'm just going to drop you in the backstage. I'll bring you on. I want to bring Elba. Elba has something to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yes.
Yeah, just stay in the backstage. I'll add you.
Okay.
Elba. Yeah.
Can
Hello.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, this is my first time on YouTube live stream. I'm excited.
You're welcome.
And
So,
I'm not trolling, Tyrone. I've been listening to all your stuff. I just have a lot to say. I
say
think as a fan base, we need to put the pressure on the directors of football. They
yeah,
did
yeah.
a bad transfer. I know everybody's like Maresca has his own fault. But sometimes I think you have to think about systematic issues. We did not recruit very well this past summer. Jao Pedro, good enough. But if you think about it, cascading effect, we could have managed the whole Jackson situation a little better. Massage his ego. Hey, there's three strikers because we didn't have any idea that the lap was gonna get injured. Jao Pedro is not a full-on striker, and so now Jao Pedro, William Delap gets injured. We're stuck with Jao Pedro. Jackson has gone to Bayern Munich because he's pissed off with the way he was treated. When we could have massaged and kept all three players. Remember back in the day, Chelsea, we used to have what, Drogba, Anelka, Solomon Kalou. What happened to that? We could have managed
Oscar.
that situation better. Another situation we fucked up on, excuse my language, was when Colwill got injured. Maresca came out and said, hey, I need a specific type of center back. They didn't do anything. They told him, make do with what you got. So there's a certain level of arrogance from these hedge fund manager people. And I'm in crypto. They're arrogant like that. They think they know everything. Everybody could see some of the lapses. We need a certain type of center back. We need a goalkeeper. For 25 million, you would have gotten million. But on this hedge fund thing, oh, no, 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 depreciating value and what, we can't pay 25 million. When it was glaringly clear that we needed a goalkeeper, we needed some type of center back, and we didn't need to spend 90 million on the left wing when maybe we could have gotten Kudus and put the extra money and gotten Kudus, who can play on the right side and can also play Kopama's position because we didn't know Kopama was going to get injured. Some of these decisions are very, very poor. Where I don't have experience in buying players, but it seems to me like the owners and the director of footballers, they want to make the first team a little better, but the main thing they're focused on is player trading.
Yeah, definitely hit the nail on the head. But I will say, I'm happy we didn't get Mannion. He's so bad, man.
Yes, agree.
Okay, well, maybe I don't know too much. I just thought he was better than Sanchez.
Nah, bro, trust me, we dodged the bullet. Sanchez actually clears him. Like, if you watched our friendly against them, he literally dived the wrong way when João Pedro headed the ball in the goal.
Who was the last guy who spoke? The Mr. Crypto, the new guy. What's his name?
Yeah,
Elba.
Elba.
Elba. Elba. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, specifically, never mind the board, and never mind Maresca, but specifically in today's game, what
Mhm.
went wrong? What were the big issues today's game?
I mean, today's game, I watched it. I think we had The first half looked good. I felt like we were in control. I know it's not Maresca's fault that Andre Santos made the mistake, but to me, in my opinion, if we had a better defense, maybe that Chaloba again. I don't want to put him because it wasn't his fault, but there's something very shaky about our defense when we're playing. And we're trying to play like Liverpool, where Van Dijk and Konate, whatever, where you have the center backs wide apart. But you need clutch one-on-one central defenders. Tosin is not that. Chaloba is not necessarily that. So I think Maresca
Mr.
has to
Elba,
show off the defense. But again, I
Mr.
don't really
Elba,
know about tactics like that. I watch.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
cut you.
just a
You,
minute.
you got a very good question from Christian, which I want you to respond.
Yeah.
He asked you a very good question just regarding today's game. What went wrong?
I said the defense. That's what I said.
The de-
And you cannot also blame the defense entirely because Santos is the one who lost
Yes.
that game. Santos was the one who made
Yes.
that pass.
And
Yes.
but guys, again, like I'll remind you that here's another thing that shows we don't have good enough players. You know, when you're one-on-one against Van Dijk, he forces you at an angle whereby you can't really get any end product, right? Like you either are pushed out wide or you just have to make a backwards pass or whatever. Same with Gabriel, same with Konate. They like position themselves really well. But if you go watch our game against Fulham, the way Torsten positioned himself against King and got cut inside and they scored and it was offside and it was a foul and build up, we got lucky. Torsten did the same mistake against Brentford. Like you can see the difference just from the eye test, how these defenders defend one-on-one. Even today, you can see it when Minte is one-on-one with Gusto. I swear to God, in my head, I'm like, this is basics of defending. You force the player on his weak foot. Why are you showing Minte down the line? You know he's left-footed. You know he wants to get it and put across. Even on the right side, that's what he was trying to do. Show him to his right foot. It's like it's just the players at this point, Like I don't even know what to say. You can literally see it on the pitch because in those positions, dare I say, maybe even Frimpong doesn't make a mistake as that ridiculous.
Let me also add what you've said there, Mehdi. Ike, before we continue, Ike, you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, and Elba, if you want to join our group, you can leave your number in the private chat. I will add you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to say this. The basics, the fundamentals of defending, our players seems not to have them. And this is a big problem. It's a very big problem. You cannot be a defender at the highest level and you don't know the simple. Mehdi is not even a defender. I play Sunday League. Even tomorrow I'm going to play football. And I know very well that you don't allow a player to cut in with a stronger foot. Tosin does that. But let's talk about Gusto. Gusto was also not good last season. Remember, he was hooked off in the Conference League final. He wasn't good. In fact, people are starting to talk about replacing Gusto. He's never been good defensively.
Yes. Even this season, not only last season. Even this season, he's poor.
Gusto,
Why is that you want him gone?
Gusto, he has good lungs. He can run up and down the pitch, but he has terrible crosses. He does not cross the ball. 2, attacking, still, he can't shoot. I think he needs glasses because he doesn't know where the goal is. 3, he for sure cannot defend. So what is the point?
You know what's funny is that before Gusto did come to Chelsea, the number one thing about him that was really good was his defensive numbers. And I remember when Gusto first started games, he was actually bad attacking, but he was very good defensively. Then under Pochettino, he became both. He was good defensively and he was good attacking-wise. I think when he started to invert, he kind of lost his way a little bit.
You have given Isaac the bullet. You have given Isaac the bullet.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then this player, they are playing him like a winger.
But
Gusto
he's
is
not
a
a
good
wing.
overlapping fullback. Like, you know, like he's a good up and down
Wait.
fullback, as Christian said as well.
But what's
Like,
the
but then
point?
inverting.
What's the point? What's the point if you can't even pass the ball to anybody? You just randomly cross the ball to nobody. So what's the point of overlapping? What's the point of using all that energy so you have no energy left to defend? So then you get caught out halfway through the pitch. Might as well say you know your limitations. You're a good right back, play right back, and all this overlapping, inverting, I don't know, upside downing, whatever the hell they're doing. Just play, do your job.
Chris,
You know.
that is how football is today. So you
Yeah.
need to have more player implicate when you attack. If the you have that numerical advantage in the opponent box, you have more chance to score. That is the reason
The
why.
5v4.
Even if a fullback inverts in the midfield, so one midfielder should go in the half space in the opponent box. So you have numerical advantage.
And that's what we do. That's why Enzo scores so much.
You will have 3 players only in the opponent box, like a forward and the 2 wingers. Then you face 4
And they'll be
defenders.
outnumbered.
So you.
Yeah, and whatever Isaac is saying is good. Elba.
Yes, Tyrone, I'm here.
Yeah, if you also want me to add you to the group so that you can be getting the link, you can also leave your number in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and Isaac is saying one thing, but Christian is right. If Gusto is making those overlapping runs and his end product does not make sense, then why is he even going up and down? You see,
but Tyrone, I'll say this: we're not really playing him as an overlapping fullback. We're playing him almost as a winger. That's different now.
Okay.
Gusto must work on that. The reason is, you see, Gusto, he cannot stay in defense 3 people in defense. He cannot, because he has a problem. He's not tall enough to defend.
He's not strong.
The long ball. Yes. So it's the only when he's on the pitch. You can see even Maresca. When he play Cucurella and Gusto, you know that the one who is going to invert or to overlap is Gusto. It's not Cucurella. But if we have James instead of Gusto, that work can be given to Cucurella, who is doing that role very well.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
I have a question for you guys, because I'm always solution focused. So that even though I'm frustrated, what do you guys think is the solution to this?
Give the
I feel
manager
like,
his
and this is
players.
very conspiracy, I feel like they're priming
This
to
is a good
fire
question,
Maresca.
Elba.
Here's why I'm saying it, because Matt Law, all these journalists that last season, they never said any bad thing about Maresca. Now they're coming out, oh, Maresca is complaining too much and it won't stand well with the owners.
Elba,
I just feel
you
like...
raised a good question. First, Maresca has put himself in trouble. Why? He agreed that he's going to work with what the board will give him, what the director will give him. So now he agreed to that. So now he starts complaining that I want this and that. So if from the beginning you told people that I will work with the necessary tools which you are going to give me, then you start complaining. That from the starter, that was a mistake.
But you see, Isaac.
Yes.
The information was that the manager would not decide the profile of the player that he will be given, but he would say that I want.
That is wrong.
I'm saying
it's very wrong.
You've not gotten me, Isaac. I'm saying he will not dictate the kind of player that he wants. No, the name of the player. He will not say, I want to go here. No, he can say, I want a defender. Now the sporting directors will look for a defender and get him. I want a goalkeeper.
They think they're going to get commission out of that.
No. He's not getting a commission. You see nowadays, you see what clubs are doing nowadays. they don't employ managers, they employ head coach. It's not like we used to have as Alex Ferguson as a manager, Arsene Wenger as a manager, Pep as a manager, Klopp as a manager. Who's this other person who was a manager? Jose Mourinho, who's a manager. Antonio Conte, who's a manager. No, clubs now are going to what we call head coach. Head coach. You are a head coach. You are not a manager. You are a head coach. I think the only coaches in the Premier League who are managers are two. We have Pep and Arteta. In fact, Arteta, let me just say this. Arteta is actually the one who selects the players that come at Arsenal. Do guys really know that? That Arteta is usually involved in bringing a player. That's why he always gets Chelsea players. he always watches Chelsea games and he wants, I want Noni. Oh, I want Sterling. Oh, I want David.
I want Kepa.
Yeah, he wants Kepa. So,
That's kind of manager we need. That kind of manager we need.
But you see, clubs will never go back there, Isaac, because clubs are saying that. You see, one of the reasons why clubs are shifting away from this manager thing, that's why even Klopp left football. It's because, you see, when you have this kind of manager thing, you'll find that you've modeled a team behind a manager, and then that manager throws the toys or throws the towel out. And what happens is that now you have a team that is suited to a certain manager. And now when you bring another manager, he's like, I don't want these players. That is how Chelsea used to find themselves. You have players who are suited to Mourinho football. You have players who are suited to Mourinho football. Then you're bringing Sarri, who's playing a totally different thing.
Excellent point. So this is why all the clubs now, they have a so-called, if you say it in French, le directeur sportif. That's how you say it. That's how you say it in French. Le directeur sportif, and that is for the same reason, for the continuity. So exactly what you say is that one manager.
Coming back to Elba question, the solution is to have good player, good defender first. That is one.
Yeah.
In the situation we are in, the coach cannot decide. That's why he should not even wait for him to be sacked. He should resign first.
But Isaac, I told you this. You have a job. Maresca has a job. He has a family. He's paying bills.
Tyrone, Maresca.
He's being paid well, and he also has a huge contract.
Yeah.
And just a minute, Icy. You're going to speak. Just a minute. I'm going to give you the opportunity before Isaac interjects.
Okay.
So Maresca has a job. He's getting paid for his job. He probably has a house there. He has kids that he's educating, and he also loves his job. Though he has a problem in his job, but he is happy with his job. He's coaching one of the big clubs. You know, Chelsea is a big club. It's one of the biggest clubs.
So why is he complaining then?
So what I'm saying is that he's actually having a job. And if Maresca resigns, then what is going to signify is he's going to portray to other clubs that he's a manager. If you don't give him what he wants, don't hire him. So, and you know, a lot of these clubs are going to this head coach. And it's just similar. Look at Nuno Espirito Santo. He was not good when he went to Tottenham. He went to Nottingham Forest. He did well. Now, he knew that Nottingham Forest did not give him what he wanted in the summer. So he was like, this squad is not good enough. And he was just there. And then they sacked him. Now he has a job. So with Maresca, what we can
say with Maresca, he has, for 1 year at the club, he won the Conference League, he won the Club World Cup. He's not someone he loses job today, he will be stay like this. Someone will go for him.
Yes, and I'm not denying, but I'm saying, and the first season, let's just say this, the first season, Maresca met expectations. And I'm not going to say that we are in a crisis or everything is falling apart, or we are so bad and this and this and this and this. What I'm saying is, based on what Maresca did in his first season, he met expectations. In fact, to me, he exceeded expectation. I just want to say this: Maresca exceeded expectation in his first season. Nobody sat here
Okay.
knowing that we were going to win the Club World Cup. Everybody here knew that probably it would be Manchester City or PSG or Real Madrid or Bayern. Nobody knew that Chelsea was going to win. That is one thing we knew. So when Chelsea won the Club World Cup, we were like, oh, we didn't expect that trophy. But since we've won it, we are happy because at least now we have 2 trophies. Now, in the second season, Maresca finds himself in this situation. He had Jadon Sancho as his left winger. Chelsea did not go back to sign Sancho because they said, oh, Sancho's salary, we stop receiving 250, come we give you 100. And Sancho was like, why should I slash my salary with 100,000? Said no. So Sancho was not renewed. So we had to get a left winger. Now, the left wing, we were supposed to go and get either Xavi Simons. Some people were talking about Mohamed Kudus. Estevao was coming in. We had Noni Madueke, who was playing well. You see, we had Noni Madueke, who was playing well. So, in my opinion, we were supposed to get a left winger. But we already started to hear rumors that Chelsea wanted to bring Garnacho. Every fan were like, even when you go to Twitter, everyone was like, we don't want Garnacho. What is this insistence with Garnacho?
Only
Another thing, we went. Okay. So another thing is that we wanted to get a goalkeeper because Sanchez, as we said last season, Sanchez cost us around 10 points. If we probably don't have Sanchez, we would have probably had 79 points last season. Number 2, we knew that we needed a centre back because when you look at that 3-1 defeat to Manchester City, how do you notice the way Chalobah got spanned by Haaland? Look at what Haaland did to Chalobah in that game. If you want to know that we needed to sign a centre back this summer window, go and watch Chelsea 3-1 defeat away at Manchester City. You will realize that Chelsea needed to sign a centre back. So we didn't get a centre back. So now, yes, we want the money. Some people, Isaac being one of them, Ike being one of them, which you are right. You are right by your own right to demand the sacking of the manager. But we are now in a situation where we are going to sack the manager. When we sack the manager, it's moving the pot from the kettle to the fire. Now we bring in another manager. He doesn't have a preseason. The players are demoralized. Some players want to leave because they're like, why am I here in this so-called project? People will be like, look at Noni. Noni left for Arsenal. Look at Arsenal. They're about to challenge for the league. They're about to win the league. Oh, this player left. That's how players will be looking at it. Palmer will be like, why should I remain here? Yes?
That kind of manager who will come in the mid of the season is the kind of manager we won with them the Champions League.
That's true.
No.
It's true.
But again, people are saying that is the kind of manager we will win the Champions League with. But again, it is. Let me ask you a question now. Thank you for bringing that. Which team did we win the Champions League with? Let me just read for you the players who we won the Champions League with, and then we compare with this team. Now, the team we won the Champions League with was an experienced team. It was a team of men. It was a team of men who never needed to be told anything. They knew their job. So in this case, this team, you find that this team has been won by, this team had Azpilicueta, 30 years old experience. Thiago Silva, one of the best defenders to ever walk on a football pitch. You had Antonio Rudiger in that team, Andres Christensen in that team, Edward Mendy in that team. You had Jorginho in that team, experienced, 30-year-old.
Kovacic, Kante,
Mateo Kovacic in that team. You had
Loftus-Cheek.
You had Loftus-Cheek was not there. You had Giroud. Do you know how Giroud was so experienced?
Giroud was also very
what
close.
about the first Champions League team there? How many?
First Champions League team. First Champions League team.
There were 4 players which didn't want regulars.
But
when Thomas Tuchel joined the team, Antonio Rudiger was a poor defender, but Thomas Tuchel make him a good defender. That's why he went for the Champions League.
Let me
Yeah,
say this.
but at the same time, you experience, bro. Like Rudiger was
Thiago
already
Silva.
exposed to Champions League football, and you had Thiago Silva there, one of the best centre backs he can learn off from. See, the problem at that point we all knew was the manager. Listen, I said everyone knew Lampard was clueless. You could see
Yes,
it. You could see from the tactics. You could see from the defense. We would just cross into nobody. But like, it wasn't the players were bad. We knew that the amount we spent, the players we bought in were good. And it's just that we needed a good manager. Here, we're saying the opposite, that the manager is doing everything he can. Even when he's making mistakes, he's trying to adjust. He's even taking the fall at times, if you see. But he's being left alone and isolated island. And I know what you said, if you knew these were your conditions before you enter the club, why take the contract? I agree with that. But I feel like he must have been swindled some way. I feel like they must have told him that you don't get a say, but we're going to bring you players to challenge and do something. I feel
yeah,
that way
that
because
is
the way Maresca is reacting, that's the way it shows, as if he's been betrayed. I don't know if you guys get me.
Yeah,
yeah,
we do.
because
Can I add something?
yeah.
I was watching a podcast, and it's not Matt Law, but it's another journalist that's close to Chelsea. So apparently, the way they do this is they all talk about what player they have. Everybody puts in their input. So Maresca can say, hey, I want a defender. Directors of football will say yes, no, and then finally it goes up chain of command to the owners. So it's kind of like a veto process. Not necessarily that Maresca doesn't have a say, but if there's three people that say no, we don't think we need a defender, and there's two that say, oh, we need a defender, the process goes or sides with the majority. At least that's what he had explained. And to me, this is very backwards because I feel like there should be a waiting score for the coach. It is the coach that knows the tactics and knows the type of players that he really needs. And I get
Yes,
it, not the
yes,
whole team. I get that's what teams are doing now. But if he says, I need a defender, an Italian coach says, you know what, I need a defender, I think you should take him a
yes.
little seriously. We spend so much money buying players that I've never heard about. 20 million here, 25 million here, 55 million Gittins, when we could have bought a clutch central defender.
Yeah, yeah. But
And
that
that
is
too,
not
to
our
say
fault.
it publicly, publicly. Like, it's very rare a manager will come out in a press conference and say, I need this, we need this. Maresca doing that is it's like a cry for help almost.
It's
Yes,
it's
I don't know.
it's Maresca.
and
It's Maresca basically looking for an alibi because the wheels are coming off the bus. So now this is
no,
his excuses. This is what they do, managers. When they can see, I'm running out of ideas here. I don't know. Then
ah,
you start your Jose Mourinho art of distraction. This is what you do. You
no,
take the
no.
focus
Yeah, but
away.
you don't see that with Chelsea. You don't see a lack of system. You don't see a lack of flexibility. You just see
Yeah,
bold mistakes everywhere on the pitch.
and and
Like
and,
today,
and even okay. Sorry, Mehdi. And even to add
Yeah,
to
but
add to
hey,
add
yeah,
what you said,
we-
Mehdi. To add what Mehdi you actually said, Maresca is coming out because probably he feels like he's not being heard in the board. And he's coming out so that the fans can hear. That's why when Chelsea said that Maresca can work with the centre backs that he has, what did Maresca come out and say? He said that according to him, he still sees that he needs a defender. This at Chelsea, the problem that we have now is not a system issue. The system we are playing this season is the same system we played last season. It is the same system we had success with last season. The problem that we have is that against Bayern Munich, we score an own goal. We make a silly back pass. We concede a penalty. Against Manchester United, a goalkeeper steps out, loses the ball. Defenders lose their aerial battle. A goalkeeper steps out, gets a red card. Against Brentford, we're sleeping in the back post. And in this game today, a defender makes a mistake. That is the problem at Chelsea. We have
even in
players
the Crystal
all the
Palace
time.
game, Santos skies that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that chance from Santos. He skies that, he puts that in, that's another 3 points. And again, it's the same system we won the Club World Cup with. Like, I think people forget that. You see, the way people are speaking is like, look, every system, yes, needs tweaking, but the core principles always stay the same. You guys, like, I don't get people who are against the manager, because I'm telling you, if we get rid of the manager, the issue is going to stay the same. We're going to bring in a new manager with new system. We're going to criticize his principles when things don't work out. It's rare to see a system work out so well that you can point out individual mistakes. Most of the time, systems get found out. But I will say Maresca is very tactically like flexible. There are games last year, even this year, where you see like sometimes we play the inverted fullback, sometimes we don't. I don't know how people don't notice that. It's just that the media says, "Oh, Chelsea always invert." Yes, we do most games, but there are games where we don't do that. There are games where we adapt to our opponents, and you can see it on the pitch. Today, James was a fullback. Today, Cucurella wasn't inverting as much. Everything was going really, really, really well. So I'm telling you, even if you get rid of Maresca, you bring another manager with his own philosophy, his own identity, the same issue is going to persist, because the problem is not the manager.
I personally have seen enough of this movie, and I just don't want to see the reruns and the part 2 or 3 or 4, because we just know how it's going to pan out. But to go back to what Tyrone was saying, no, the system is perfect and all that, yada yada yada. No, the system is actually the reason why you're losing, because the way you play, the way you press forward, the way you attack, you leave your defense exposed, one-on-one, long ball, bang, bang, goal. That is the system. You can't deny the fact that they play high risk football. And if it's when you score, when you are successful scoring, yes, it's good. But when you're not, like today, where there's no creativity, no shot on goals, no idea whatsoever, when you lose the ball going forward, when you have sort of like a Gusto who makes a ridiculous error, that is the system. I don't care how you bend it, that is the system.
How is it the system? Because you literally said the individual made a mistake. And secondly, every time the ball goes behind the line, we recover. It's not like we give them a good chance to score. We recover very well. The issue comes when we do those dumb things, like when Santos just has to play a simple pass to Sanchez and he does that. Like, guys, come on. We can all agree that all those mistakes were very avoidable. You can't say that's the system. Because Barcelona play like that, Man City play like that, Liverpool play like that, Arsenal play like that. You can't keep blaming the system, guys. Come on.
But they have the players. Do we have the players to play the system Maresca wants to play?
But that's the thing. If you have players, no, but like, listen, if you have mid-table players, you have to put a mid-table system. And that's what we're going to end up becoming, a mid-table team with mid-table system and mid-table players. At least you show some ambition, which is what he's doing.
Maybe he's in. Maybe. Sorry.
Which happened in the game? Tyrone have listed many things which happened in the game, from I don't know Bayern Munich to Manchester United. Then you guys, you are saying things. I think it's like our coach is just seated along all the game. Why is he stand? Why is he speak? What is he? Is it saying to his player? How does he position all them? He must be there. You are taking all the fault, pushing on the player only. But it's the system.
But Isaac, let me just ask you this question. Now, let's look at the 3 defeats. I want us to look at the 3 defeats. I want us to look at the Bayern Munich defeat. I want us to look at the Manchester United defeat. I want us to look at which team did you play today? The Brighton defeat. Now, look at the Bayern Munich defeat. Now, which system problem is responsible for those 3 goals? Because let me tell you that it's not like Bayern Munich cut us across and destroyed us. We were actually the team that were causing problems to Bayern. But what happens? We sleep, we score an own goal. The ball is played to Hurricane, Caicedo makes a foul, we get a penalty. We concede a penalty. The next time, Gusto receives the ball, plays a silly back pass, Kane gets the ball. We get defeated. That is how we conceded the 3 goals. It's not a system issue. That is not even on the manager. That Bayern Munich defeat. Let's go to the Manchester United defeat.
And wait, Tyrone, one more thing about the Bayern game. One more thing. You remember how people were complaining that Gusto was not good attack? Even in the game where Gusto is bad and people are saying he's not playing well in that role, him and Palmer combined for that goal. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. He actually was the one who assisted for that goal. Then we go to the Manchester United game. A ball is played over the top. What do you expect? If you have Gabriel, he wins that ball. If you have Saliba, he wins that ball. If you have Van Dijk, he wins that ball. If you have Diaz, he wins that ball. But what happens? Chalobah loses that aerial duel. Then when Chalobah loses that aerial duel, instead of Fofana running back to cover for Chalobah when he steps out, he allows Mbeumo to make that run. Then Sanchez steps out. Yes, Isaac.
And guys, also please, let's. Jorgensen was also really bad at that United game. I'm sorry, I just have to add that he was so bad.
Jorgensen cannot even claim a cross. He cannot even catch a cold.
Bro, I'm telling you, Jorgensen could be on the beach. You could throw him a ball, he'll somehow drop it.
So Isaac, but if you think about it, if we have Petrovic, so if you think about it systematically, whose fault is it that you guys go and recruit Jorgensen and sell Petrovic for profit?
It's all about the sporting direct. That's why I'm saying, I know fans like Isaac and Ike are pushing for Maresca to be sacked, or they think Maresca is the problem. And I agree with them that they have a right to that. And I will not dispute. They have legitimate reasons why Maresca should go. But what I'm saying is... Yes?
The term of his contract, he negotiate them very badly. He should be involved in player.
You see, I've said that...
Say, those ones who today are making mistake. So it's on him.
I am saying this. That Maresca cannot control the way players play on the pitch. He can't control that. He can come up with a system. He can tell you play here, you move here, you train like this. He can even train them. But the way the players play on the pitch is up to the way the players actually play. And that's why I said in Chelsea, in football, we have good players, we have great players. Great players win you titles. That's why Cole Palmer can see that we are a goal down in the final of the Conference League, comes onto the pitch, changes the game, wins the game for Chelsea, because Palmer is a great player. He's not a good player, he's a great player. Caicedo is a great player. Reece James is a great player. These are good players. But at the end of the day, I am saying, I'm not trying to excuse Maresca, because as Maresca, even if you find yourself in this situation, you should look and say, okay, I know I have terrible defenders. What can I do? Should I change to a back five and play with wing backs because I don't have defenders, so that I can play at least 3 at the back because it seems I don't have defenders? So as a manager, I'm not trying to excuse Maresca. Maresca should actually sit down. Not to be like Amorim, that I have this system, you play in this system, even if you don't work in it, you play in this system. So you can say that, like, in my opinion, I don't think the system is the problem. But here is a situation where I am a manager. I know I don't have good central defenders. What can I do? This is what I have in hand. What can I do? You see, that is why I will question Maresca. We all know, everybody here, even Isaac agrees, even Ike agrees that we don't have good central defenders. So as a manager, how are you going to work with this situation?
Everything went quiet.
Are you here?
No, okay, the whole thing went quiet. I'm just wondering.
Tero?
Yeah, I just allowed the mic. I just gave the mic.
No, okay, I was wondering. I thought the whole connection had gone, so I was wondering. Yeah, but so how many games do you give Maresca? 5 games more? If it's 5 defeats, or 3 defeats, or 2 defeats, or how long? How much strings does she get? Does she get like to the end of the season?
I'm giving him the entire season. I don't want chopping and changing managers in between the season. I'm giving him the entire season. I will
Even for your
judge you.
even for a
Until
relegation team. Even
No, we will not be in relegation. We will not be in
what?
relegation. We will win games. We will win games. I'm
This is
saying that let's just be
which
honest. We were
game?
winning this game.
Christian ask you today, which game are we going to win?
exactly,
We
This
but
were,
he didn't answer.
but
Didn't
I'm
answer.
saying, here, Christian. I'm saying here, Christian, that I cannot say that we are going to win this game. The same way I said in my when I was looking at this game, I was like, I know we were going to win against Brighton, but we got a red card. You see, I can even say that we are going to beat Burnley. Then we get 2 red cards in that game, so we lose because we got a red card. So I'm saying like this.
Why are you going
Just a minute, Isaac.
even if we got one?
Just a minute, Isaac. There's no need to be reactionary. I'm just saying the last 2 Premier League games we have lost, we've had a red card. That's what has happened. I want to see in today's game, I thought we played well in the first half. We were leading as we should. If probably we don't get that red card, maybe we score another goal, maybe we win that game. That is what I'm saying. So it was not guaranteed that we were going to lose this game. If we lost this game as 11 versus 11, then I will be like, yeah, there's a problem, but we got a red card. So I'll be patient. I'll be optimistic. I will say
Even
that
11 versus 11, you can't prevent stupid mistakes like we saw against Bayern.
Yeah, we can still not prevent stupid mistakes. So what I'm saying is, I will still give the manager. I will give the manager. I will give the manager. Let's see until this December. Let's see when we have 11 players on the pitch. Let's see if we are going to play how we are going to what we are going to do, how we are going to rack up points. I just don't want to say that we've been playing well in the last 19 games, and all of a sudden we have gotten 2 back-to-back defeats in the Premier League. Now I'm saying that we are supposed to sack the manager. I don't want to be reactionary. It's just like in business. It's just like in business. You cannot be doing business the entire last year. Everything is going well. Then this year you have started business. Things are shaky. And then you're like, this business is doing bad. Let me close the shop and abandon this. No, I cannot do that. So I will give time.
Mr. Tyrone, since you are on a roll, we need your legendary player ratings for today.
I think is there somebody who wanted to say something that I have blocked them so that I can proceed to that?
Nah, just go on.
Let me say something. Tyrone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying, Maresca is not someone who will sit there. Maresca will finally look for a way out. Why am I saying this? Maresca at Leicester City, he said, Maresca at Leicester City threatened to leave if the fans are not happy with this brand of football. So at Chelsea, with Chelsea fans and the media, do you think Maresca will stay? I think Maresca will resign. After Benfica game, if we lose, and Liverpool, he'll finally resign.
We'll never resign.
By the way, Sunday loans.
Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because you feel like it's not his fault to lose games. Why? He asked for players, center backs.
Okay.
He was not given the players.
I see.
Yes.
I want to say this.
Yeah.
Despite even the lack of quality of personnel on the pitch,
yeah,
I am saying we cannot judge him based on 2 games that he has gotten a red card. So sometimes we also need to look at this thing holistically. Yes, I know some want Maresca gone like yesterday, but I'm saying I want to give him like the next 5 games when he has 11 players. The next 5 games when he has 11 players. Then we see. Even last season, there's a time this post-December all the way to March, Maresca was not getting the results. And people are like, oh, we're not even going to make it in the top 4. And then he changed. So I'm not like this person that we have lost 2 games and we had red cards and we made individual errors and they're like, no, Maresca must go. No. I'm not that kind of person. Yes.
So today, when you see Chelsea, it's normal for us to lose a game against Brighton when we are 10 men down. You should care if we are 10 against Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, maybe Newcastle.
Let me ask you a
That's
question.
why I'm keep
Let me
telling
ask you a
you
question.
every day. Brighton,
Liverpool.
we are. Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me say
Yes,
this.
proceed.
Liverpool have lost today's game with the Crystal Palace, and they were 11 men on the pitch. This same Brighton team has beaten Manchester City. This Brighton team has beaten Manchester City with 11 men on the pitch. So it's not an easy team. It's not an easy team. And there is no easy team in the Premier League. So that you can say that this is an easy team. There is no easy team in the. Everybody knows. Even the
Also,
players.
guys, you know how you guys were saying don't bring on Ashimpong. Why is he bringing on Ashimpong? I just read his post-match conference, and he said that it's because Hato felt something. So Hato might not be fit next game.
Wow. Already. So he fits right into Chelsea.
I'm telling you, Caicedo is going to play centre back.
That's what they should have done.
I think so as well, yeah.
But so Mr. Tyrone still want to answer the question. Who's Chelsea going to beat apart from Nottingham Forest?
Come again?
Who will Chelsea win these next games? They'll beat Forest. I just watched Sunderland. I've been watching Sunderland. They look very, very, very physical.
You see, Christian, what we are doing here is we are being reactionary. It's like now, Liverpool, let's say this. It's now like Liverpool have lost to Crystal Palace. Then let's just say Liverpool also lose at Stamford Bridge to Chelsea, miraculously. Now people start to say that, and maybe Liverpool also lose the midweek Champions League game. So
Liverpool haven't been good this season. I watched them play. They're not very good this season.
Yeah.
So Liverpool lucky. Just lucky.
So Liverpool fans start to say that, by then we have not been good this season. And I think this Slot guy, despite being backed, his tactics, he has been found out. Now we are supposed to sack Slot because of that. And you see, Liverpool have lost a game. They were 11 men on the pitch. I know that we should learn how to play with a red card. I know this. We should learn how to do it. But what I'm saying is, I'm not calling the manager to be sacked after 6 games. No. If we reach a point where it is match week 15 and we have won 2 games and we have lost 7, then I will be like, okay, we don't have red card, and how are you losing all these games? But now I will give him the benefit of doubt, because even Pep lost back-to-back games against Tottenham and Brighton. Pep lost those games.
And again, you'd rather have this early in the season than later in the season, because every team goes through a run of bad form. So we have to see whether it's bad form or if it's like just bad. And so far it doesn't look like bad tactics, because we've said 2 red cards and bozo mistakes.
And also, to add to that, Mehdi, we've also had injuries. Remember, Liam Delap is our striker.
Yes.
He's out. Colwill is our defender. He's out injured. Even when we say that we have the players that we have, Colwill is injured, Delap is injured, Lavia has been injured. We know that who else is also out injured? We have a lot of players injured.
Might not be fit, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of players who are out injured. So I'm like, and then we also have the element of fatigue. These players have played the Club World Cup till the end. So sometimes I don't like to react quickly. The solution is,
don't be crying. What is the solution now?
Okay, in my opinion, the solution is, if I'm the one making decisions at Chelsea, I will understand that the season was long. I've heard that Ekbali and the sporting directors have gone to the dressing room to actually talk with the players, so I can understand that the season.
No, they didn't talk with the players. They talked with Maresca. They have their own office there where they talk after every game. Maresca said it in the press conference. Yeah.
Okay. So they went and talked to Maresca. So I do understand that we had a long season. I do understand that probably I can admit as a sporting director that we signed 2 left winger and we did not prioritize the defense, and now we have most of our defenders are out, because if Tosin was available, Hato would have not played. So Tosin is also out, despite his defensive mistakes. He is also one of our centre backs, and he's out. So I'll be like 2 red cards. When you look at the game, you can see it is individual. And I was like, okay, I know you've had a tough time. I know the players are getting out injured and you're getting some red cards. Is there any problem? What do you think we can do, and how can you progress? So, in my opinion, I will just tell Maresca to probably try and look for a short-term solution, not a long-term solution, a short-term solution that can ensure that we have some solidity and we are also able to play with what we've got.
Another thing you could do is you could just call back Mamadou Sarr from loan if he's that good.
But can you recall a player on loan when the season has already commenced?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
You
you
have
see
to look at his contract.
those options are for
the solution you were giving. You said that a short time solution is to make some solidity. Now I'm asking a question like what? Like to sit back, to be playing like.
No, you can say like probably because we cannot defend with two center backs because they are not good enough. Maybe I can say let's play three center backs. Let's have Tosin, let's have Fofana, Tosin, and Chalobah.
No, or maybe you move Reece James to centre back and you play Caicedo as a right back for more solidity.
No. You can move Reece James to centre back, then play Tosin, then Chalobah, then you have Cucurella and Augusto as wing backs. Then you have Caicedo and Santos or Caicedo and Lavia. That's
Augusto.
But what you're proposing is a system change.
I'm saying
which is gonna take time.
In a situation where we know that our defenders are not good aerially, so you just bring in an extra defender to help defending the long balls.
But he has been using three defenders.
No.
Has been using three centre backs.
Against Brentford, we played with 4 centre backs. I don't know if you guys remember.
But Brentford we conceded through a low goal. The goal was low. It came low. Remember?
I get it. We struggle in the air, but even the Man United, I don't think that will solve anything, to be honest. Like, I agree with you a lot, but here I don't think so. Because against United, we had everyone behind. We didn't do anything. This game, we had so much defensive reinforcement. Even like in the press conference after today's game, Maresca said the reason he brought on Gusto is because Minte was always one-on-one against James. So he brought Gusto to double up on him. Even then, it somehow got past. I don't know what to do, to be honest. Like, I feel like Maresca is just stuck.
I don't like his experiments. These experiments he's trying every game. I don't like them.
But he has to try experiments because
he has to.
Yeah, but it depends. We have EFL. We can try in those games.
But we don't play EFL every week. We don't play EFL, and you see, you are a situation where you don't have Fofana, you don't have Tosin. You don't have Colwill, because now we'll be like the next game he's going to play Benoit.
You guys know, like last year when we went on our bad run of form was when Lavia and Fofana got injured. And if you go see like the heat maps on the pitch, those two players, yes, they had more tackles than even Caicedo, because Caicedo didn't have so much burden on him. Now we have these players back, so maybe. But now that these players are back, other players are getting injured. We don't have a striker. You see, so it's like Maresca has to continuously adapt. He's literally stuck. And I get it, all great managers have these problems, but all great managers have good backups, that they can rely on. We don't. I think that's another issue.
Yeah, and that is true. So, yeah, I know. I trust that he's going to change it. I believe he's going to change it. I think when the players are back, he will change it.
It's an incredible love affair for Maresca. Wow, you guys impressed me. Wow, you guys love this guy, eh? Oh my God.
No, I saw him last season changing it. So I'm like,
to be honest, I've never seen a manager come into Chelsea and implement his system in such a way where like we look like we can. I feel like this system can work for 5 years actually.
Yeah,
genuinely, I think so.
Yeah, it can work for long. It's not. He's not let me say, he's not a terrible coach the way people are trying to look at him. He's not a stupid man. He's an intelligent guy. He's an intelligent.
But this is the system that Poch built. This is the hard.
No, it's not. It's different.
No. Poch would injure our players with his high press. overlapping fullbacks.
And what is Maresca doing with our players currently? You see, possibly injured our players. Maresca is doing the same.
We are managing. We are keeping the ball well. We are keeping the ball well. We are not running. Just a minute. We are not running a lot. These are just things I'm saying. We are keeping the ball well. We are not running a lot, so we are not getting a lot of. That's why we are able to sustain players like Rhys James. With Pochettino, you can't keep Rhys James.
Even if we go look at the statistics, our intensity of our pressures have gone down since Pochettino left and Maresca came.
Yeah.
So for all of the bad things we say about this high press, before like these bozo games, there were a lot of games whereby we caught opponents offside. Quite a lot, even the West Ham game. And the West Ham game, their goal came from outside the box. And like the high line works. It's just that when you keep getting a red card every time, now you have different defenders in a back line who haven't been training all week to play that offside line. It's not going to work.
Even your friend Angie, what's my face with
but that's like suicide now. That's different. That's suicide. We don't play a high line that high.
Even he ran away from that high line. You saw he became to park the bus football against Man United. But even him, he came back to his senses. So the players I have available, this system, we cannot play this system. We cannot sustain this. So even he had to abandon.
But like Nottingham Forest isn't Chelsea. Nottingham Forest is like they were lucky to even be in Europe last year. No one expected them. That's why for them, like
Tottenham, he was Tottenham manager.
No. But like now in Forest, right? That's when we're saying because of Forest now you can make those tweaks because the expectations are lower. I'm saying if we tweak according to the players we have, our system and our quality will go down. Because how do I explain this? If you have a really good system, but like mid players, there's at least something shining there. If you have a mid system, so you can adjust for your mid players, you're going to end up with a mid team. You get me?
But we have also become Brighton. We bought half of Brighton, so we basically are Brighton. So I don't know. Brighton, as far as I remember, is a mid-table team. So I don't know what you're expecting. If you're going to buy all your players from Brighton, then you become Brighton.
But our buys from Brighton.
Let me say this. If I made this point last week, maybe let's say a lot of you agree that Chalobah should be playing. True, including Christian. Christian will be the first person to hit you if you dare say that Chalobah, an academy player, shouldn't play.
But Chalobah, he's 20, what, 26, 27? How old is he?
Yeah, he's old. That's what I'm saying. By now, but again, even when you look at Chalobah's physique, he's not that strong. You know, there's one thing we all have to agree, and I think we are all agreeing that we don't have the centre backs to compete. And we need to understand that the Premier League is a tough league. You need physical players. And Pep Guardiola said this when he came to the Premier League. Pep said, the Premier League is so different because with the Premier League, there's always the first ball, there's always the second ball. In other leagues, there is the first ball, you can win it, and the second ball is not easy. But with the Premier League, even the second ball, you have to compete with it. And that is what we suffered against Manchester United. That is what we suffered against Brentford. We are not winning our aerial battles. If we have centre-backs who are winning our aerial, if we are able to win our aerial battles, then we will be good enough. Today's game, we were playing well. And this is what I'm going to. We were playing so well. Santos makes that back pass. I don't know how Santos is making that pass instead of kicking the ball out. Because if Santos does not make that pass, we don't get a red card. That's just the way it is.
So on to player ratings. Hello?
All of them.
So on to player ratings.
Robert Sanchez. I think he should have done better with that cross from Minte to stop that equalizer. I'd give him a 5 because he conceded 3 goals. Rhys James, played well. I don't think Chris James played bad. I'd give him a 7. Chaloba played well until the red card, but he got a red card. 6. Hato, I think Hato played well today, by the way. Even defensively, he looked good. I'll also give him a 7. Cucurella played well. I'd give him a 7. Caicedo played well. 7. Fernandez scored a goal, but he was average. 7. Estevao, 6. João Pedro, 6. Pedro Neto,
What make
yes.
what make me laughing is that we lose this game, but all the players have more than 5.
Yeah, this is why I was laughing. I didn't want to laugh, but
I've not gone to the subs. I've not gone to the subs. I'm talking about the players who started. I've not gone to the subs.
don't forget to give those rating for the manager as well.
Yeah. So Neto, I've given him a 6. So Chaloba, I gave him a 6, but I've said he played well. He was put in that situation. Now let me go to the subs. Gusto, I give him a 4.
Okay, now you're talking.
He didn't do anything in attack. He costed us the equalizer. Who came in? Achengpong at 3. Achengpong, I'm giving him a 3.
Okay, agreed.
He failed to clear that ball when Welbeck scored. He also conceded the 3rd goal. He's the one who makes that pass. You just clear that ball. He's the one who passed the ball to Brighton. So I give him a 3. Benoit Badiashile, I give him a 2. He came on. He should be the one who's mature in that defense. He's trying to pick a fight and pick a red card. In fact, because of that, he gets a 2. I'm not even giving him because of the game, because we are losing a game and then he's acting like he's so angry. What are you angry? You are an average player and you've just come back from injury and we don't even want you to see you in our starting 11. What are you getting angry?
Our French gladiators, Benoit and what's the other guy in the bomb squad?
Disasi.
Disasi should be recalled back in the team.
Oh no.
Sterling should be called back in the team.
I think he should be. No. Look at the way these centre backs are playing.
No. Let Josh make mistakes. I'm happy with Josh making mistakes.
But Josh was good. The Crystal Palace.
No, he wasn't good. Please.
Not today. The Crystal Palace.
He wasn't good.
The Crystal Palace. I think he played.
Yeah, but if it's about bringing in Disasi, and he's going to make mistakes that a 19-year-old is going to make, then it's better to have Josh making those mistakes than to have a 28-year-old making those mistakes.
Disasi is 20. He's 24, 25.
Yeah. What about you, Isaac? What's your player rating?
This is going to be interesting.
Isaac.
You didn't rate Maresca first. Rate Maresca, then I will start.
Isaac.
Yeah, I said rate Maresca.
You want your player ratings from Maresca?
Oh, I've not given Maresca's rating.
He's gone. Something wrong with the connection here.
He doesn't want to rate Maresca.
You see, he's now pretending there's bad internet in Kenya or something. I don't know. So he's disappeared. I think maybe he has low battery or something.
He's the one who did the substitution with the guys who came on to make mistake.
I'm just telling you this. I've been hammered enough tonight because I've criticized Maresca. Now I'm going to stop because everybody seems to be hitting me on the head. Every time I say anything about Maresca, no, Maresca is this, Maresca is that. So I will just keep quiet. I say, okay, whatever. You will learn the hard way.
Okay.
Richard, you read something here, and I saw that people didn't react well. So, Sterling is an asset. Why should we keep him away from the team?
Who?
I think at this moment he can help where we have so many problems.
Well, I didn't understand. Who should keep who away from the team? Sterling. Oh, Sterling. Okay, yes. Come on. I was comparing Sterling to Gittins. Who would you rather have, Sterling or Gittins? I should finish my sentence. Sterling or Gittins? I'll take Sterling in.
Sterling can help. He can help the team.
Exactly, but he can dribble. He has at least an end product. Gittins has nothing, and even Garnacho doesn't have really much. You mean to tell me?
That was Sterling from two seasons ago. He couldn't even start for who's this guy? For Arteta. Yeah. He's lost.
Didn't give him a chance.
You think Arteta could not see him in training?
Before the internet died in Kenya, you were supposed to give us the ratings for Maresca.
Yeah. For Maresca, let me just say this. Let me build up on this rating. So first of all, the lineup. I think the lineup was okay.
The substitution.
Santos, just a minute. The lineup was okay, first of all. So that's a point. The substitution, the first substitution was in order. Like we lost the centre back. And all of you would cry if he didn't bring Achinkong on the pitch. So he brought him on the pitch. So that was a plus. True?
Yeah.
Christian?
I'm listening. I'm not interrupting. I don't like to interrupt.
But I'm saying he brought Achinkong on the pitch.
Yeah, but I respect you enough to let you talk.
Yeah. So I'm saying, okay, that one I would give him a plus. Now, the substitution for Gusto. He said that he brought in Gusto because Rhys James could not defend 1v1. But in my opinion, if he retained Estevao, Brighton would not commit more players because Estevao was so good. So he made a mistake bringing in Gusto.
Agreed.
He should have retained Estevao. So he made a mistake.
Give the rate.
So he should have taken off João Pedro, you're saying?
No. I'm saying he shouldn't have taken João Pedro also because João Pedro is also good heading the ball. So he would be an asset for Chelsea defending set.
And he was pressing as well.
Yeah. So I would retain him because of that. Now to go to the rating, we lost again. I'll give him a 6.
Generous, very generous.
I think that's perfect, to be honest.
If you draw, you could give him 8. And if we won, you could give him 10. Right?
No.
Guys, come on.
I give him a 6 for the first half and a 2 for the second half.
What did he do
So
wrong in the second half?
His substitution and his tactics were horrible. He cost us again.
Which substitution was bad?
So you have 4.
You're putting on a defensive liability. What's his name here? Gusto, and you play him left wing. Okay, why on earth even bring him on for the first case? Second, you can see that João Pedro is not doing anything, and even the other Pedro is not doing very much in that game there. And you make bullshit. You should have made more defensive substitutions. When you're 1-1, 10 men down, your players are panting for breath. You sometimes have to look at how your players are performing. They look tired. They need a break. Do not keep them attacking until their legs are gone. And this is what happened when they scored the 2-1, 3-1. This is Maresca's arrogance. He thinks he's Pep Guardiola. No, he isn't. Look.
No, but the thing is, you get more tired chasing the ball than having it. I don't think we attacked too much.
But with 10 men, the ones who were attacking, they had to run even harder, even longer to compensate for the lacking one player. I just think he cost us, the manager's tactics cost Chelsea the 1 point, not 2 points, the 1 point. And that is just, I don't know.
I do agree that Gusto coming on really did cost us that goal for Minte. And Maresca's point of, we wanted to double up on Minte because James was being left with him one-on-one. I'm like, leave Minte with James. You're not going to get past James. I agree with that, definitely.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree with Pedro, though.
The Pedros. There's more than one of them. I think I would have just taken both of those Pedros off, played 4-4-2, sort of like counter-attacking, and then just
4-4-2, we were less.
yeah, exactly. But okay, 4-4-1, 4-4-1. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse my French. 4-4-1, and so because when you one man down, your players are going to to use the words of Thomas Tuchel, you have to suffer. Okay.
But what guarantee do you think that Brighton wouldn't have scored even if we made that substitution? See, this is the thing with the red card. You see, with the red card, you never know.
No, but Tyrone, let's be honest. Before we brought on Gusto, even with 10 men, we looked like we were more in control. Like, you have to agree with that.
Yeah, that one I agree, but I agree with you. Even Isaac is agreeing there, but I'm saying here that
do better.
That it will still not guarantee that we would have won that game.
Really? I think we looked more likely to score than Brighton.
With the 10 men, actually.
We were. Yeah, genuinely, I think so.
You're right. Yeah, both of you are right.
So Mr.
Yes.
Isak, you will about to give your ratings, and this is going to be legendary.
I agree with Mehdi. So that substitution of Gusto, that's where the Maresca ball come again.
That I think, like, I don't know. That I think is just him panicking a little bit.
Sorry?
Wait, can you hear me, Isak?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay.
Because I can't hear Isak well. He sounds like he's cutting up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, so I think that substitution of Gusto, that show that Maresca again made a mistake, which at least we could get 1 point, but because of him, we didn't get 1 point. For me, in the game, the red card might come. It's also part of the game. We play with yellow cards, we play with red cards. That's why the referee has those cards. The card is not only for the opponent, but it can be also against us. So with 10 men down, we can still play.
Yeah, I agree with
but
you. I agree with you, my dear Isaac. I agree with you. And one thing that Maresca needs to coach moving forward is he needs to coach the team. He needs to understand how he can set up the team when we go a man down. Because teams win when they go a man down. So there I agree with you, Isaac. That's why, in fact, I've changed. I've given him a rating of 5. He should have learned that when he was playing with Manchester United.
Okay, I still would give him a 6, but sure.
Yeah, I've withdrawn that one. He should teach the team how to play with a red card. And also, he needs to give players a talk, because the reason why we are collecting these red cards, it shows immaturity. Even there is a season, I think it was last season, Arsenal were also picking silly red cards. I think Arsenal last season picked a lot of red cards, kicking the ball out. We have a lot of immaturity in this team. Now that explains the age. Okay, they are young players.
Yeah. But today came a mistake from it. But both the red cards came from experienced players. Like, let's be honest there.
Yeah. Sanchez is. You're right. By the how are the most experienced players being the dumbest on the pitch? No, we expect these things.
You feel bad for some of these players, because someone like Chalobah, when he came under Tuchel, he looks like the same centre back he was back then, which is really sad, because back then he was young and he looked like he had potential to become a great centre back. But with all the new board coming, the shuffling and shifting, he never got a chance to fully develop into his full potential. That's actually really sad. And that's why for the second goal, I blame him a little bit. Yes, and that's why I blame him a little bit for the second goal, because your manager has said that I would rather go a man down than a goal down. Yes, Gomez is through on goal, but we know our team. We know we have good attacking quality. Yes, I know it sounds crazy to give away a goal, but if we're a man down, we can't do anything. We know that. And the fact that he did that, you could even see from his reaction that he knew he messed up.
Yeah, and you are right. And you are right, by the way. You are right. Okay, that to that extent, now you are like, okay, the manager said this. This rating, they just go because the manager said that, please don't do that. Elba's guys, we need to give an applause, Bana. We have a super chat for the first time.
Nice.
Christian, read it. We need you to bless that super chat.
I can't see the. I can't. Well, I need my glasses. Let me see. What does it say?
You need to bless our super chat so that we get more.
Okay. What does it say?
Yeah.
Maresca is also something.
Maresca is also very reactive and not proactive coach. Appreciate the chat, guys. Thank you very much, Elba. You are the first super chat in a live stream. We are so happy.
Wow, £3. Okay, I'm very generous. Thank you. Not to me, to Elba. But so where is Isak? Isak was giving his ratings. He keeps running away with ratings.
Yeah. Isaac needs to give his ratings.
My rating.
Very important.
I think very important is a defeat and 3-1. Can you imagine against Brighton? So I will start with the defense. We have James played well. I can give him 6. We have Chaluba with a red card. I can give him 4. We have who else? Hato, who surprised me a lot. I can give him 6. Cucurella, I can give him 7.
Sanchez.
Now
Sanchez
4.
Oh, what did he do?
Isaac is one of Isaac's most favorite players.
What did poor Sanchez do, man?
So now at the midfield, Caicedo 6 and Santos 4. So Enzo, he was on the pitch actually. I will give him 4. I know he scored, but apart from he scored because of the good assist from James. But apart from that guy, I'm still saying that he's tired. He needs some rest of 2 weeks before to be included in the starting 11. Then we have our forward.
Steve.
I can give him 5 because we didn't see any shot on target from him. Then Pedro Neto 6. Estevao was good. I can give him 7. I move to the substitution. 2 for Gusto.
Wow.
Thank you, Isaac, for being so great.
And Ashenpong?
2 as well.
Okay.
Yes.
But can you not feel massive?
Apart from those balls he gave to the opponent, I think his first touch was not good. You see the way he was controlling? The ball was going far away from him.
Ashenpong?
Yes. Ashenpong.
I didn't notice. I noticed Gusto because Gusto has the touch of a terrorist, man.
Wow.
Then Lavia was quite good. He didn't have much time, so I can rate him like 5. But Badiashile, it was 1.
Whoa.
What did he do? What did he do?
He came out, but Yeshile deserves 0.
But
Yeah, Isaac is
he
right.
didn't do anything. That's why he has 1. And that one, it was
Isaac,
just because he was on the pitch.
and he
In this
also
game. Tell me.
he also wanted to fight,
I kind of like that, to be honest.
and he also wanted to fight Isaac. Isaac, he wanted to fight.
Yes.
The wrestling,
wanted
they
to
will
fight.
pick up the player. He's fucking damn strong, man, this guy. But yeah, shit. You saw how you picked him up like nothing.
Yeah, bro, damn.
No. What?
Now he's
Normally-
an old-fashioned defender, a Christian.
Because normally you get sent off. Normally you get sent off for that kind of thing. So that was a
No,
bit
no,
of-
no. You just get booked.
for lifting up a player like he did there.
Yeah, you just get booked. You don't get sent off.
Almost caused a huge fight. Because you don't, what if the player was injured? Then what?
That
But,
guy was acting. It was so obvious he was acting. I was getting so pissed.
yeah, but that is, you were pissed because of the way we were playing. Never mind the way they were acting. But
No, but he was acting as well. I do agree, but Yashil's like it was a bit out of like character. But sometimes you need players like that in the team, man. Honestly, we don't have enough.
what about
We want
Maresca's
him
rating?
to
What about
perform.
Maresca's rating for Isaac? Isaac.
Maresca. But I think we should draw this game, but we lost because of him.
Yeah. He actually is right.
Yeah, so he gets 3. It's enough
Yeah.
for today.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Applause.
We could
Applause.
Okay. So we
After
consider.
after getting the red card, we could manage this game, but we didn't. You remember the game we play against Manchester United?
Brighton.
Casemiro got also. Then we were 10 men, 10. You see?
And we didn't come back.
But yeah, you see. So
He didn't manage. He didn't bring on the substitutes early enough. He brought Garnacho in the 70th minute. Yeah. You're right.
yes, and
Okay.
you Casemiro got that red card in the first half, so we had time to do something.
Okay.
But we didn't.
Yeah. Now, as I want to wind up this live stream in 10 minutes because I know it has gone for 3 hours. This is quite long, and we also need to release some people. So in the last, there's this stat that has come out. Chelsea's last five losses. 4 of those losses have been when Chelsea have been a man down. That is against Newcastle, against Flamengo, against Manchester United, and against Brighton. So
Wow.
yeah, those are the only losses that we had. And the loss that we had when we had 11 players was in the Bayern Munich game. So
And
the
those were
losses
most
that we've
mistakes.
had- yeah, and the losses that we've had have all been red card issues. So that is the stat that is coming out. So with that, that gives me a bit of hope that probably we do play well when we have many players. So do you guys think that we should just give the team a bit time and then we see how they are going to perform when they are having some guys back?
I mean, there's nothing
I
we
have
can
a
do, is
feeling-
there?
I have a feeling that we can do better against Liverpool. We do.
Yeah, I also have
Same.
same.
We do
I'm-
bad
I'm-
against other teams, but against Liverpool, we can do something. But the one thing it scared me, it's only because Chalobah has a red card. He will not play that game, right?
I hope Fofana will be back and Tosin. Oh my God, I don't want to see Badiashile. Oh my God, I don't want to see Benoit.
Okay.
Why
So
you guys
the only
overhate Benoit, man? Come on.
Isaac, do you want to see Benoit in that game?
No. I prefer to watch. We are playing against a leader. We cannot play Bajashile against Liverpool.
So I'm also optimistic. I think we can surprise in that game. Because I think that even in the first half, we started the game well. We played well. And I think in the second half, we would have played even better. But honestly speaking, it is the international break. It always kills our momentum.
Maybe this is what we need. It normally kills our momentum. Maybe this is what we need to get the momentum going. For once, it'll be opposite. Normally, it's it's a passion killer, as they say, about an international break. But this time, maybe hopefully to be exactly opposite for a change. But it depends also. I told you before last week and the week before. Mentally, this team is on its way down. Mentality, the mindset. When you come into that losing mode, there. It's just something there, and this next game against, depending how big the loss is against Benfica, will decide a lot. If they can be a phoenix and rise up from ashes, which I doubt. Yes, maybe something to build on. But if they get another big defeat to Benfica, and especially Jose, then definitely this team is in crisis.
Guys, come on, we're not losing to Benfica. Be serious.
What? That's a good team, Benfica. Why shouldn't you lose to Benfica?
I don't think we are going to lose to them.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm actually positive. What I can just say is that I do think that if we get a win against, I think if we win against Liverpool, that changes everything.
Yeah.
I think that will be a
time.
Yeah, it will change the mentality.
But a bad defeat to Benfica is Maresca is in crisis and Chelsea. And this is
also, guys, do you know Sunderland are third on the table?
They're a good team. I've been watching them today. They're very, very physical, very compact. Have a look at their players. They're the old school bread and butter, muscular type players which will bully you on the ball.
They remind me of Stoke City. Remember Stoke City?
Yeah, Tony Pulis ball.
Yeah. They remind me, or Sam Allardyce.
Oh my God, yeah. Bro, Sam Allardyce, he had some, I don't know, bro. Just terrorism. Pure terrorism on the pitch.
Just long balls.
Christian loves those games. He misses them.
But only when it's a bad weather, bad field, I don't mind that. But yeah, I don't mind. I'm watching Tottenham versus Wolves. Beautiful pitch, beautiful atmosphere, beautiful stadium. Both teams playing well. Why can't this is how it used to be when every time I watch games at Stamford Bridge. It's far and few between. But yeah, the football's changed. It is what it is. The product we see here. What was that? I was reading a quote from John Terry. He says, what did he say this week? Football for him became boring because it's just basically a chess match, waiting for your opponent to make one small mistake, and then you score the goal, and that's it. The rest of the game is just played in the midfield, pass, and it's not very entertaining. And I have to say he's right. It's
Pep ruined it.
No, but he did. But all these players are now super athletes. If you look at them, they are just well-tuned, well-trained young men who have lungs of a Kenyan marathon runner. They have physique of Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are all super athletes, and they're all the same on both teams. So this is how and why it's become. There's no more place for let's say, I don't remember, Chris Waddle, a dribbler, or Paul Gascoigne, one of those creative, entertaining genius types. There's no space for that kind of player. Who?
Yeah, Yamal is one, Vinicius is another, and maybe Kvaratskhelia. Who else am I missing? I feel like I'm forgetting one player who dribbles a lot. Who is it? Yamal? Mbappe. Yeah, Mbappe is also fun to watch.
Mbappe does a lot of diving as well. This is the problem with Mbappe. Mbappe.
Yeah, but then every dribbler dives, man. Like, let's be real.
They went to the Italian school
Is
of acting.
Mbappe,
Sorry?
Mbappe,
Yeah.
is he
Did they
dribbling
get?
a lot or is running a lot?
They got badly beaten today by Real Madrid by Atletico. What was the score?
Yeah. They lost 5-2 already.
5-2.
Yeah,
Wow.
they lost 5-2.
Who scored for Atletico? Hopefully it was Gallagher.
This was
And,
a proper whooping.
Griezmann scored,
Apparently,
Alvarez scored, Sorloth
Who?
scored. Sorloth, Alvarez, Griezmann. I don't remember the other 2 goals. But for Madrid, it was Mbappe and Gullit.
So that's the first defeat
you
for
know,
Xabi Alonso.
Yup, and Slot.
That's not. That's right.
and it's
I
5.
thought you said snot, but okay, slot. Sorry. Okay, Arne Slot. So, but that is a reality check for Alonso. That place there, you just Real Madrid is even worse than Chelsea. 2 defeats in a row, and the fans are calling your head. And
And you know,
yeah.
So, guys,
Premier League and Crystal Palace.
guys.
Yes, sir.
I think we should end this so that if somebody comes back, he's able to watch a certain bit of it.
Somebody's just going to clip all the controversial parts and then repost it. That's what they do nowadays. They just find what did he say? Fuck, I'm going to clip that part I take out of context and then repost it.
Okay, so I will make this live. I will hide it.
No.
No, why are you hiding it?
I'm saying I can make it unlisted, then go and clip the parts and then bring. I think that's okay. Okay, let me end the stream so that we can probably agree on that. So
no, you don't have to hide.